welcome to the WWE Summerslam Watch Along. We are the world famous Simon Brothers. Big Johnny North. Where is he? There he is. Hey, Big Johnny North is here. We're watching SummerSlam all together. The watch along is on. SummerSlam is on in the Thunderdome. Thank you to everybody watching. Make sure to support on the Super Chat. Hit us up. Support our sponsors, Manscaped.com, Stitcher Premium, and, of course, IP Vanish. Go to vpn.ringsidereport.net to support. Go to Manscaped.com. Use the promo code Ringside20. Get 20% off plus free shipping on all your Manscaped orders. And, of course, go to Stitcher.com/premium. Use the promo code Ringside for a free month. Support the sponsors. Support the channel. We are here for you every single WWE pay-per-view. And we're in the Thunderdome, brother. I'm hyped for this. Guys, I'm hyped for this, and I'll tell you why. This is not the best WWE pay-per-view on paper. But Johnny North, when we were previewing this, as we do for every pay-per-view on Wrestling Uncensored, we had a hard time figuring out who was going to win. We had a hard time figuring out the winners for this event, and that's why I'm hyped for this, because we don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of matches. I'd say pretty much every match where it's like, yep, I don't know. It could go either way. It's a coin toss, and either way makes sense. And we're starting with Asuka versus, I think, Bayley, right? Because Sasha won the Beat the Clock challenge on SmackDown over Naomi. So it will be Bayley defending the SmackDown title against Asuka first. I don't know if we're going to go back-to-back with Sasha-Asuka matches. And, with Asuka matches, Sasha and then Bayley. But we are going to start here. We're going to kick off the pay-per-view with Bayley versus Asuka for the SmackDown title. But I'm excited for this because it's hard to predict. I'm looking at all these matches. Bayley-Asuka. I could see either person winning here. Street Profits against Andrade and Garza. I could see the Profits retaining, but I think Garza and Andrade will probably win. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton. I feel like it's Randy's time, but hey, Drew could definitely retain here. Dominic Mysterio and Seth Rollins. Is Dominic Mysterio really going to beat Seth Rollins in his debut match? Maybe. But is Seth Rollins really, is Dominic not going to get his revenge, right? So there's the two sides to that one. It's hard to go with Sasha, Asuka, same deal. Is Asuka going to take the Raw Women's title? I think it's possible. I feel like Sasha probably wins that one, but you never know. Braun Strowman and The Fiend. How does that go? It's for the Universal title. Will Alexa Bliss get involved in some kind of way? Will Otis cash in the Money in the Bank? There's a lot of factors at play there. Will The Fiend win? Will Braun Strowman win? Braun has been champion since WrestleMania. When you're champion since Mania and you're going into SummerSlam, people are doubting you. Bayley's been champion since Mania. Drew's been champion since Mania. Braun's been champion since Mania. I feel like the Street Profits have maybe been tag team champions for close to, it feels like it's been a long time. A lot of long reigning champions here, and you wonder, has their time come here tonight at SummerSlam?
Who do they beat? They beat Seth and Buddy?
Wow, I'm not getting any audio on you. Where are you? Let me see. Give me.
Hey, how you doing?
I heard you.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
They beat Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy, Street Profits? Is that how long their championship has been?
I don't know. John, you're the historian.
It was right before Elimination Chamber. It was on Raw, actually.
So, yeah, it's been a while. Before Elimination Chamber. So Street Profits have been champions since Mania?
Oh, yeah, before Mania. Yeah, for sure.
Wow. So that's pretty big, man. That's pretty big that,
it's a lot of championship reigns.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of long reigning champions here going into this show, and you start to wonder who will fall. That's why I'm excited for SummerSlam.
Well, another thing to take into consideration, it was supposed to be Garza and Andrade at WrestleMania, but Andrade, I think he was injured or was wellness violation. So it was Austin Theory instead. So this match should have happened at WrestleMania.
What happened to Austin Theory?
I have no idea.
He potentially tested positive? Was he one of those talents that tested positive, but they didn't release the name?
For COVID? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. Recent disappearances in wrestling, it's either you tested positive or you're like a weirdo pervert. So that's...
No, the weirdo perverts have come back. I don't know if you know. Did you see Velveteen Dream? He was on the show last night.
Yes, I heard. He didn't win, though.
No, he did not win.
That was a great ladder match, by the way. That was the match of the night last night, by the way.
Yeah, it was a good match. Oh, what, John? You're saying the Pat McAfee Adam Cole match was not match of the night? I took a lot of heat because I wasn't super impressed with Pat McAfee. Apparently, he's got a lot of fans, and they're like seriously mad if you diss their guy.
Oh yeah, they came after you?
Oh my goodness.
Do they have a name for themselves?
I don't know.
The McAfee troop?
I don't know, but like I'm telling you,
What?
I was like, yeah, Pat McAfee was kind of awkward there in the ring. He moved weird. I put out some videos today of like McAfee's punches were just terrible. His drop kick hit Adam Cole's belly. Like, don't throw a drop kick if you can't get above the chest. It was terrible, you know? Like, okay, he did a couple backflips and he didn't completely embarrass himself, but he wasn't good. And like the Pat McAfee Nation came after me. They were really mad. It was crazy. And I have found the worst wrestling fans. They are the Pat McAfee fans. They are the worst because they are really mad and they think they're right and they don't know anything about wrestling because they think Pat McAfee is like a solid wrestler. His rear chin lock was one of the worst rear chin locks I've ever seen. His lockup was terrible. His punches were terrible. Even the guy's kicks, he's supposed to be some sort of kicker, and he couldn't even kick. That was, I don't know. I was not impressed with that guy, but people are, I guess, are blown away by a couple of backflips, right? I don't know.
Where would you rank him on football players turned wrestlers?
Oh, behind Mongo for sure.
What about Kevin Green?
Oh, way behind Kevin Green, way behind Mongo. I'd put him somewhere with I don't know. He doesn't really. I don't know. He's Gronk level. He's about Gronk style.
Hey, what happened to the fans?
What do you mean?
They're like blinking. Do you notice that? Like,
some of them are blue.
Yeah, some of them are blue. I don't know what's going on. There's blue screens going on. Oh, Bailey taking a nice bump to the outside.
I was asking you, like, it's highly likely that someone could just walk in front of their camera, stark nude.
Yeah.
So maybe there's some inappropriate behavior going on.
That would make sense. Just flip your camera to porno or something while you're on WWE.
It'd be very WWE, though, that they have no precautionary measures or anything, like, if that happens, and they'll just let it happen.
That was a nice DDT. I don't know if you're synced up to us, Johnny, but Asuka just jumped off the ring steps and did a nice DDT on Bailey on the outside of the ring. That was a nice little maneuver. What a maneuver! I mean, she didn't quite catch all of it with the DDT, but the replay made it look a lot worse than it looked in real time. When they slowed it down, it's like, oh, Asuka barely grabbed her head. But it looked nice. First glance.
She just hit the DDT for me, so that's where I'm at. It was okay.
Yeah, it was all right. Shout out to everybody watching us on the chat. Bob Cote, Lauren Cronish, R-Truth. R-Truth?
Oh, what's up?
What's up? I don't think it's the real guy, unless he's like here thinking we have the 24/7 title, which maybe we do.
Maybe Zev does, not me.
Yeah. No, Johnny North is 24/7 champion.
That's right.
I wish. That'd be fun.
Patrick C. Hamilton hitting us up in the super chat. Thank you, Patrick. Super chat. Yeah. Shout out to Patrick out in Regina, Saskatchewan.
Oh, I love Regina. Nice town. I've been there.
I've never been.
It's very nice.
Maybe that's where we go next because, I'm not traveling outside of the country, so maybe I need to go to Regina, Saskatchewan. What's up, Patrick? I might be coming to see you.
Pretty nice.
What are the weed stores like in Regina, Saskatchewan? So we're not only having a good time here, we're partying, right? We're having fun. We are watching SummerSlam, and we got fancy drinks that we're going to taste test as well. We're taste testing.
That's right. We're one of those, like, food vlogs now.
Yeah, we're everything. Like, we're commenting on wrestling, and we're also tasting fancy drinks and snacks. I've got this Japan Cola. Okay, it's Japan Orange. I don't know if you can see that. Let me get a little closer here.
Oh, it's Japanese Pepsi.
Yeah.
It's like the Schwarzenegger commercials.
Look at that. Look at that shit. Japan Pepsi Orange. We got Japan Pepsi Orange. And I've never had this before, neither of you.
No.
I just got this bottle this week, and we are going to sample it. Some exotic sodas. Ooh. Hear that? Hear that fizz? That's all the way from. That's all the way from Japan, baby. In honor of Asuka, we're gonna drink some Japan soda. We love you, Asuka.
Wait. When she wins, I guess.
No, we're drinking it during her match out of respect. She's gonna win.
This isn't any, over-the-counter store-bought cola. No, this is a cola. A Japanese.
Yeah.
Open it. Let it breathe. 10 minutes.
All right, take it easy. Here we go. It's got a nice color. It's a little golden, actually. It's not quite brown. It's like golden. Let's see here. This is gonna be good, baby. Hey, take it easy. I didn't say that was your glass. It's gonna be 50-50, but if it's 60-40, I get the 60.
Definitely smells orange.
The taste is everything.
All right. That's your glass. All right.
I have to say though, this whole Thunderdome stuff, like the fans, it's not really adding much. It's cool to see, but again, the audio, it's not great.
Oh, Bailey to belly. Asuka kicks out. Asuka has kicked out of Bailey's finisher. You don't like the Thunderdome, John? What's the matter?
Well, it's just the audio thing. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, like, it just feels like they're popping in, like, fake noise again. Like, you can't really get a vibe for the whole, like, fans because, like, you can't hear them.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's a visual thing. The audio is just weird. It's just a buzzing. All right.
Salud.
Salud. Chindan. Let's see what this is. I mean, it's not like a serious flavor. It doesn't pack a real punch.
It's there.
It's a bit orangey. It's a bit Pepsi, but it's more like sweet. It's kind of like got a honey flavor. Doesn't it? It's not.
Yeah, like feels like a different sugar than they put in like North American Pepsis.
Feels like a honey.
Yeah, lighter.
It is lighter.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
It's not bad, but it's not worth like I don't know. It's not my favorite drink. I don't know if I'd buy it again.
Should we talk about where we got it?
No, not yet. Not yet. We'll talk about that later.
Right. It's a secret.
Yeah, we don't talk about where we get things from. We'll tell you later.
Fell off back of a truck.
Yeah. They have to pay for that privilege. Or give us free Pepsis, one or the other.
Different flavor.
That's right.
I think it's a raspberry.
You talked about Asuka kicking out the Bailey to belly. Like, she hasn't really used that as a finisher for a while. Like, a lot of people
That's
kicking
true.
out of that because she's used like a different finisher recently.
That's true. She's using that, what is that she's doing? What do you call that move? They're like,
I don't know what you'd call that move.
like
I thought it was a botch at first when she did it.
It's like a face buster kind of move.
Yeah, it's like
MVP's move.
It's almost like a reverse. It's like a trip almost, right? It's just a trip.
Like a stroke.
Kind of.
Yeah, it's like a front Russian leg sweep trip kind of thing. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good either.
I don't like it as much as her Bailey to belly. Like, I understand it's kind of a babyface move because she hugs, but, like, it's a good finisher. You don't have to change your finisher because you turn heel. Triple H went from babyface to heel. He always used a pedigree.
The Rock did the people's elbows a heel.
Yeah.
It's great. He milked it.
Yeah. I don't know why people change their finishers when they have a really good one that makes sense for them. Like the Bailey to belly, it sounds good. It makes sense. I don't know why she would change that, but, Chris Jericho changes his finishers many times, and they're always good, Used to be the Lion Tamer, and then he did the Walls of Jericho, and then he did the Code Breaker, and now he does the Judas Effect. It's evolution, I guess, Some superstars do it. Bailey's a lot like Jericho. She reminds me of Jericho in her kind of attitude. She's Jericho-esque.
Brash.
Yeah. But she's got a comedic element to it, too. She's like, she believes in herself, like she's the greatest in the world, but she's also kind of funny and is also a little bit scared.
And she'll, like, run down the commentary.
Yeah.
Like Jericho, like a Tony Schiavone kind of way.
Bailey's very good, promo-wise and everything. Oh, Asuka just hit a code breaker on Bailey.
Speaking of Jericho.
Wow.
Did Jericho invent that move?
I mean,
he didn't invent it,
No,
right?
I think it was a Japanese move.
Right. Like, he he didn't invent it, but it's funny that Jericho's not there, but everyone will like take his move now.
Yeah, it wasn't a move that you saw often in WWE, and now like it's just kind of one of the moves, like a DDT or whatever, right? Codebreaker. I don't even think they
Ricochet
call it a
does it too.
codebreaker. They don't call it a codebreaker. I don't even think they have a name for it. Right?
No, they just knee to the face, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's not a bad drink. It's got a bit of orange flavor to it, I guess.
Orangey.
Japan Pepsi Orange.
Nice bottle.
Yeah, the bottle's really cool. The bottle is what drew me in. I was like, yo, that is a cool looking bottle. It says Japan on it. There's Japanese writing. It's Pepsi Orange, which is like, yeah, I like those flavors. Pepsi Orange.
It's got a different shape.
That's it. The shape is different than other bottles. It seems very, like, exotic, you know? I saw that. I was like, yeah, give me that.
It's good advertising.
People on the chat are asking us to show the match. Like, we don't show the match here. We can't show the match. We get pulled off YouTube if we showed the match.
Demonetized.
You could buy the WWE Network. It's like, I don't know, $12, $14.
Hey, you know that FBI warning at the start of the event?
Yeah.
That's what that says.
Yeah.
Don't show this.
Yeah,
Make money off of.
We can't show the match because then we'd get pulled off YouTube or Facebook and all those things. So we're not doing that. Bayley goes for a top rope elbow drop. Asuka counters into an armbar.
Sasha's wearing like a tracksuit of sorts.
Looks like a Hollywood Hogan print.
Yeah.
Yeah, John?
People want to see the show, they got to register for the Thunderdome. Then they can see it.
Yeah, go to the Thunderdome or sign up to the network or whatever. We'll tell you what happens. Like, we'll keep you updated, but...
Thunderdome, that's like one of the Mad Max movies. It was like one of those called Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. And it was like a place where people like fought to the death.
Sasha just took a swing at Asuka, and Asuka jumped. She avoided the punch, but you're not allowed to do that. That should be a disqualification, I think. Oh, Sasha getting involved, gets on the apron. Asuka goes for her butt bump on Bayley. Hey. Bayley dodges. So Bayley moves out of the way. Sasha, who was on the apron, she takes the butt bump from Asuka. She goes down. Bayley uses the distraction to roll Asuka up for the 1-2-3. Bayley has retained the SmackDown title. Bayley retains after the distraction there from Sasha getting hit. And now Sasha jumps in the ring, and Sasha and Bayley beating up on Asuka, which makes a lot of sense as they're heels, and there's no match going on right now.
So is Sasha gonna like remove her tracksuit to reveal her ring gear?
She should. Her match should go on right away. They're giving this beating to Asuka. You would think that Sasha would want this match to happen now, but
the ref got out of the ring.
I don't know what the scheduled card is. I don't know who's next. Looks like Sasha's leaving, so I don't think the match is happening now.
I'll see you later. Rest up.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I feel you were right, though. That should have been a DQ.
Yeah, when Sasha took a swipe at Asuka, right?
The ref saw it?
That was right in front of the ref.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
I don't know. An attempted swipe? Look, she didn't make contact.
Look, rules.
Sometimes a guy will make a swipe, not make contact, then the ref will like point him and say, I'm warning you, and then leave Ric Flair alone.
Yeah.
You know?
But on Raw this week, it was what? Shayna and Asuka versus Sasha and Bayley.
Oh, yeah.
And then Nia Jax comes out and just starts beating up on Shayna. The referee totally saw it. Shayna was gone for a while, just brawling with Nia Jax. And like there was no disqualification. And the commentary was like, oh, yeah, I guess Asuka's just by herself now. And I was like, what? What do you mean? So it's like, nothing makes sense, really. WWE rules.
I just don't like how the ref like did nothing about it. Like he completely saw it and just like acted like, oh, what the heck, and did nothing.
Yeah. Well.
So does this mean probably Sasha's gonna lose?
No,
that's what I predicted going into this.
Didn't I say that they were both gonna retain and then they were gonna lose the tag belts next week?
You said Bayley was gonna drop a belt.
Did I?
I said Bayley was gonna lose.
You said Bayley would lose, but Sasha would win.
Okay.
Yeah, you did actually say everything.
Yeah, I said everything because I didn't know, man. Who knows? It's hard to predict.
Because like if Sasha wins, what's the point of double booking Asuka?
Because they have nobody else.
But
I think Asuka's gonna win.
I don't know. I think Asuka still loses. And I think they dropped the tag belts to whoever next week at Payback. Yeah, they're doing another pay-per-view next week, and we'll do another watch-along. Payback. Payback is a bitch.
When you think about it, we're doing watch-alongs every week now when you think about it.
What do you mean?
Like, we're doing a watch-along SummerSlam, watch-along Payback, watch-along All Out. It's all 3 weeks in a row.
Oh,
You did UFC last week, didn't you?
Yeah, I did a UFC one last week, too. Really?
Well, it never ends for you.
Oh, man, I'm too busy. I need a break. Maybe we won't do a watch-along for Payback, because, like, let's wait and see.
How good could it be?
We'll announce it on Wrestling Uncensored. Like, we'll probably do a watch-along for Payback, and, probably, but,
Won't it be the same matches? Like, how can they start to build anything?
God. Charlotte Flair's about to wrestle a pickle. I don't know what this is.
This is some kind of cell phone commercial.
Oh, okay. Charlotte Flair versus a pickle. That's the match.
Well, this is great. We only got 6 matches left. This is going to run pretty quick.
Yes.
But you kind of need another pay-per-view in a sense, right? Because like we need night 2 of SummerSlam in a sense.
I mean, we don't really, but okay. So, I don't know, man. So we have only 6 matches left? So Apollo Crews beat MVP on the pre-show. 6 minutes, 40 seconds. Apollo hit a powerbomb on MVP and just beat him with a pinfall to retain the U.S. title. It was like every other match that they've had before. I don't really know why we had to sit through another one. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, it's Dominic with his mother and father.
Kiss your mother goodbye.
Kiss your mama goodbye,
Be
Dominic.
careful. God be with you. Booyaka.
Is Dominic telling him like to not help him in the match? Like, why would you not want him to help you? I mean, Murphy's gonna help Seth. So. Does Dominic lift weights at all?
I mean, it's not impossible. It's just, maybe they're like 5-pound weights,
He's not very vascular, pal.
I mean, like, I believed more in Zach Gowen.
I believed more in David Flair. I believe more.
Yeah, David Flair was definitely more in shape.
I believe more in Pat McAfee.
Well, McAfee's a professional athlete.
Kind of. He's a kicker.
Yeah, but like
he kicks a football. I mean, is that really?
Yeah, you got strong legs.
Yeah, you got to be able to kick good. Kicking a football
good
to me,
toes.
kicking a football is like the least football position, right? Like you kick the ball, you don't really do that much. You don't get hit, really.
It's important though. Could decide the game.
Yeah, you got to have like good
nerves.
Nerves. Yeah, you have to be cool under pressure. And be able to kick good. But, like, you're not like a quarterback or offensive tackle where you're, like, smashing people.
Over and over again.
Or whatever. I don't know the positions, but I've seen the football.
You said some correct ones.
Thank you.
Well, Dave, I agree with you on the McAfee match. Like, it was all right for what it was, but it wasn't the highlight of the show, in my opinion.
No.
Oh, it's a special attraction match.
But people were, like, blown away. They're like, this is the greatest WWE debut in history. I was like, what?
Fuck off.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. It was crazy. People were saying crazy shit.
They like him because they liked him when he was playing football, so that's it. Like, they'll just look at anything and be like,
on his radio show, too.
Oh. What's that, John?
That too.
He's got a podcast.
It's just he has his fan base. Yeah, he's got his fan base, and people will love him no matter what.
Well, his fan base came at me. Let me tell you, they were mad.
They're also football fans too, so that's another deranged.
Yeah, they just didn't understand pro wrestling. I guess I don't know. Like the guy, his rear chin lock was so bad. It was so bad. His lockup was so bad. Like the basics of pro wrestling, he did not have at all. So I don't really see why people were super impressed. He did a couple backflips, but like, okay.
He's a pro athlete.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's not wrestling, really. You can do a couple stunts, doesn't mean you're a pro wrestler. So people were going a little crazy, and I didn't say that much. I was just like, yeah, I'm not impressed. He was kind of awkward out there. And then all of a sudden, like, his legion of fans came at me on Twitter at Dave Simon MMA, and they were real mad. They were like, what do you know about it? And I'm like, well, I watch a lot of wrestling. I've seen a lot of wrestling. A lot of people were impressed, but a lot of people like him. I think everybody that was like happy with his performance, they were just going to be happy with his performance no matter what, because they had bought in before the match even happened. They like him, or they're fans of him, or they like the angle or whatever. And that's why they were so supportive. But if you watch it with like a critical eye, like, I don't know him, I've never heard of him, I don't even watch NXT, I don't watch the promos, I don't care. I watched the match itself, and I was like, yeah, this guy's not really good. He's kind of awkward, and some of the shit he's doing looks downright fucking bad and disrespectful to wrestling. He makes wrestling look bad when Adam Cole, who's NXT champion for a year, has to fucking sell for this guy and make him look good. It makes everything look bad when Adam Cole is in there making him look good. It makes the whole wrestling business look bad. And, I don't really like that. That's all it is. I saw the guy. I thought he sucked. I said so. And then his fans came out of nowhere. Like, people that don't even follow me. They were just looking for an argument. They were looking to see people that didn't like their favorite guy and, attack him. And that was me last night. It was fun. Crazy people.
Well, it's crazy. You weren't even really attacking him. You weren't impressed with his performance, and apparently now people have to attack you for that. Like, that's really ridiculous. But
right?
I guess people are very sensitive, unfortunately.
People are so sensitive, man. People don't like it when you make fun of their favorite guy.
It's like you're making fun of them.
Yeah, well. I mean, I could have, but I didn't want to stoop to that level. It's unnecessary.
No. But by making fun of Pat McAfee, people put all their like hopes and dreams, and they feel like he's their friend because he's jovial on the air.
Well, that's it. Like, one of these guys
that was beating up them.
One of these guys that was super aggressive on Twitter had like most of his Twitter feed was just dedicated to like Pat McAfee. And like saying things to Pat McAfee and trying to get Pat McAfee to reply or like or retweet anything that he'd ever done. And his tweets to me, he also he added Pat McAfee, like he mentioned him in the tweet to me, trying to be like, look, Pat McAfee, I'm standing up for you against this guy. And I'm just like, all right, like, Pat McAfee doesn't care about you, and neither do I. Yeah. So it was just sad, man. A lot of sad Pat McAfee fans. I had no idea he had so many fans. I was like, who is this guy? He's not a celebrity. Why is he in the WWE? But now I'm like, okay, I see why he's in the WWE. He clearly has a legion of fans. Like, people love him and will defend him to the death. I have never heard of him until a few weeks ago when he started this program with Adam Cole.
It's weird how that happens, eh? Something you never really heard of. You find out there's like hundreds of people, strangers willing to like really go against you on his behalf.
Yeah, it was strange.
Sound like you attacked someone like really out there, like Taylor Swift or something.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I understand she has like a legion of fans, but Pat McAfee, I was like, okay, I guess this guy's popular.
It's like if Joe Rogan came out there and embarrassed himself and you said, Joe Rogan wasn't very good. I'm sure a lot of Joe Rogan fans would be like, hey, you can't say that about Joe.
Yeah, but hey, I like Joe Rogan. Like, I like Joe Rogan, and I'd want him to succeed, but if he sucked at wrestling, I'd be like, well, Joe Rogan's cool and all, but he sucks at wrestling. I like CM Punk. I wanted him to succeed at UFC, but he sucks at fighting MMA. He's not good. Like, I just call it the way I see it. I'm just realistic. Sorry.
Unflinching.
Well,
yeah.
Honest.
That's what we do. We're
honesty.
We're fucking honest. That's all we do. We see things and we tell it exactly the way we see it. We don't have personal relationships with any of these guys. We're not trying to suck up to anybody. We're not trying to get a job. We're not trying to get an interview. We're not trying to get any of that shit. We're trying to watch wrestling and give you the only fucking honest opinion out there, because everybody else is talking about wrestling is biased in one way or another because they have affiliations for one guy or another. Your favorite wrestling host has an affiliation that clouds his judgment. Mine does not, okay? We're just real. right, Johnny? I mean, we just tell it the way we see it. We're not trying to, I mean, you have a deep love for Randy Orton, but I have to keep you in check, and I have a deep love for Daniel Bryan, and you have to keep me in check. It goes both ways. God, I love Daniel Bryan. I wish he was on this pay-per-view. It'd be so much better if Daniel Bryan were on. It'd also be better if AJ Styles were on. Like, what?
Yeah, but they had to sell SmackDown, make it special, because it was the first show in the Thunderdome, so it made sense that that was on SmackDown.
Did it just rain solo cups from the sky?
Something.
The Street Profits have come out. Andrade and Angel Garza are in the ring. Kevin Owens is on commentary for this match for some reason, Johnny.
Because I guess he's been feuding with Garza and Andrade for a bit, so give him some role, I guess.
It's pretty good, though. Like, I don't hate it. I don't hate this drink. It's not like Cherry Coke, where I'm like, so good.
Cherry Coke is, like, revolutionary.
Yeah, but even that, the Dr. Pepper Cherry Bite.
The Barks?
The Barks Cherry Bite, right?
Cherry Dr. Pepper's good, too.
Cherry Dr. Pepper's good, but the Barks Cherry Bite tastes like Cherry Dr. Pepper. And, like, when I first had Barks Cherry Bite, I was like, oh, shit, this is a very good beverage. I like this very much.
Lime Pepsi's pretty good.
It had, like, a real bite to it, too, and it's really good. Like, if you haven't had the Barks Cherry Bite, it's in, like, the tall boy, the bottles there, like 591 milliliters or whatever it is. It's super good. They have it at most Couche-Tards in the in Montreal, if you live in Montreal. If not, check your local corner store. I want to say dépanneur, but I know that only applies to people in Quebec, so we call them dépanneurs here. But I tell people in Nova Scotia I'm gonna just go to the Dep to get milk, and they're like, "You're gonna go to the what now?" I'm like, "The store." The corner store. What do you call it?
Convenience store. That's what they say in Toronto. Convenience store.
Yeah, it's weird when you're outside of your element and you're like, yeah, I'm going to go to Dépanneur to get some whatever. And people are like, what's a what now? And I'm like,
New York, it's delis or bodegas.
Yeah, that's it. Like if you came
I thought
here
the States
and you're
was
like...
all 7-Eleven.
Well, 7-Eleven is something else.
7-Eleven, yeah.
Well, 7-Eleven is a Dépanneur. Yeah. It's a convenience store.
But also you could go to like a deli and like if you live in New York City and they have like all the general stuff.
Couche-Tard is our equivalent to a 7-Eleven.
You don't have Slurpees.
I don't think it's nearly as good, though.
Couche-Tard not as good as 7-Eleven. Yeah, I agree with that. 7-Eleven's awesome because they got the Coke slushes at like pretty much all the 7-Elevens. Their slush game, the Slurpees, man, tremendous.
Big gulp.
Tremendous. 7-Eleven on the drinks, man, they kill it. Kill it. I wish we had a 7-Eleven.
One of my favorite parts about going to Toronto.
Yeah.
Going to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, man. They got 7-Elevens in Toronto. Is there 7-Elevens like across Canada? I don't know. I don't know where they're at.
I don't remember seeing a lot of 7-Elevens on my travels.
Like, I know in the States they got 7-Elevens everywhere, right? But, like, here in Quebec, there's no 7-Eleven. No 7-Eleven in Montreal, nothing, right? There's 7-Elevens in Toronto. I know that.
The 7-Eleven. I went to one in Vancouver.
Oh, okay. So they got 7-Eleven Vancouver, 7-Eleven Toronto. I never seen 7-Eleven in Nova Scotia. It's Needs out there. The Dépanneurs are called Needs. Needs.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the chain out there.
Well, there's also like
I love those stores, man. Like those are my stores. I love going to a Dépanneur, especially when you're in like a foreign land, like you go to the States and you go to the corner store or whatever, to the 7-Eleven, and it's like, oh shit, they got this here? Oh man, I never seen these M&Ms, all sorts of weird shit. I love that. That's my favorite
kinds of orange soda.
That's what I like about traveling. That's what I miss about traveling. Just like going to like the States and seeing the crazy sodas that they have and like buying a few. That's my favorite shit. That's all I like to do. And go travel to see wrestling shows, But that's not happening. I got no reason to travel, There's nothing really for me to do, nowhere for me to go. Because when I travel, I like to go to like a big American city, shop, and buy shit that I don't have here, and go to a wrestling show and then come back home after I have a meal or two,
That sounds about right.
That's my kind of vacation, but that shit's not happening for a while.
That was Philadelphia.
I was going to be at this here tonight. I was going to go to Boston for SummerSlam. Like, this was going to be my summer trip. SummerSlam, but obviously couldn't do that. But I was going to be at SummerSlam.
I was trying to talk you out of it.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's trying to talk me out of it. Johnny was trying to talk me out of it. You were going to talk me out of it.
You don't want to pay for Roman and Drew. That's what I thought it would be.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's SummerSlam. It's fun, man. It's wrestling. It's WWE. I like going. Especially now, I'm like, man, I wish I could go to a wrestling show. Even this card I would go to just because, it's something.
I wasn't too crazy with the TD Garden.
Yeah, the
it was
arena,
hard to get in. It wasn't most comfy. It was kind of cramped.
It's not my favorite
The Philadelphia's was much nicer. Wells Fargo?
Yeah.
That was much nicer.
My favorite arena that I've been in, I haven't been in a ton, but, I've been to Philly. I've been to
the Air Canada Center.
I've been to Boston. I've been to Toronto. I've been to the Bell Center, of course, a million times. But I really like the Prudential Center in New Jersey. Very nice arena. Like, I was super impressed with that place. That's the only place where I've been to. I was like, yeah, this is as good as the Bell Center, if not better.
It's where the Devils play,
I think the Bell Center is really nice. Like, we have a really nice top-of-the-line arena here in Montreal. Yeah, it's really nice. And I've been to a lot of arenas, and that's probably my favorite one. But I like the Prudential Center. It's a nice arena,
been
too.
To the arena in Tampa.
Oh, yeah?
See a Lightning game.
Any good?
The concourses were kind of like run down, like airport kind of gray carpets and stuff. It didn't feel like at the Bell Center, I didn't feel like honored. It's just like, yeah, you're here. Go to your seat.
Bell Center is a classy joint. It's nice. Very nice building. Street Profits in their green outfits tonight, looking like giant leprechauns. Zelina Vega.
That doesn't make them leprechauns.
Zelina Vega not wearing much of a shirt. She usually wears more clothing, but she's just in a bra top tonight. Summerslam Zelina. Looking fiery.
It's the biggest party of the summer.
She's partying. She's ready for a party. She's wearing just a bra top. She's like, yeah, party time.
To throw back to, older SummerSlams,
Yeah, the divas of the past. Respect to Zelina Vega.
It's a Stacy Keibler treatment.
And Andrade and Angel in their baby blues tonight.
Yeah. So much coordination.
Yeah, the tag team.
I like it.
Well, there's a tag team match,
That's good.
Street Profits have nice coordinated green. Angelo Dawkins with the... I don't understand why he's wearing basketball shorts, too. He's wearing, tights with the shorts and the top.
He always does.
Couldn't he, drop the shorts, though? He'd look more like a wrestler if he wasn't wearing the shorts. Now he kind of looks like, a basketball player. He's wearing basketball shoes.
He plays for the Celtics.
He's wearing basketball shorts, and he's got the headband on. He looks like Paul Pierce or something, It's an old school Celtics.
But even when they had the red gear, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
The gear changes, but the shorts never change.
Yeah, I don't like the shorts, is what I'm saying.
It's too much.
I don't like guys wearing shorts and tights in wrestling. I think it's overkill.
All right. I think of someone else who did that.
Wear tights or shorts. Pick. I don't care, really. I just think that what's his name?
Angelo Dawkins?
Angelo would look better with no shorts. Take the shorts off, baby. You'd look better without him, Angelo. Angel and Angelo. What was that move that Angel Garza just did?
A stomp?
He kind of did a stomp, but he didn't hit Montez at all with it. Montez. That's not his real name, is it? What's his real name? What's Montez's real name?
Yeah,
Kenneth
I think
Crawford.
he meant to.
Kenneth Crawford?
I think he meant to do it's his finish, actually. It's a drop kick to the back of the head. But he missed it.
Yeah, he totally missed it. Yeah, what happened to Zelina? I looked down.
She got bumped off the apron by Montez.
Uh-oh. Zelina's down. Angel Garza just took a thing. Montez with a splash. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Street Profits retain. Still Raw Tag Team Champions. God damn, they held these belts for a while.
Champions have retained so far.
Get ready, Randy. Get ready, Otis. Oh, yeah.
I'm down.
I like that we're getting these matches over with, Like this match that we just saw, the Tag Team Championship match, this is the match I cared about the least on this whole card. I did not care. But now everything else, we got Sasha versus Asuka. We got Dominic versus Seth. We got Drew and Randy. We got Braun and The Fiend. And we got Mandy and Sonya. Like, that's all that's left. No more bullshit. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty, into the real shit of this card. Let's go. Summerslam time. Slamming. Right in your face.
It's very colorful. I don't know if you've noticed that. Like, the visuals. Everything.
They should have a warning saying, like, if you're sensitive to strobe lights, you know? Because, like, it's a lot of lights.
Montez Ford just gave a lap dance to Kevin Owens on commentary. What the fuck was that? They cut to Kevin Owens and Montez on commentary. Montez is sitting on Kevin Owens' lap and, like, grinding on him. He was like twerking on Kevin Owens. Kevin was all right with it. And he's staying at commentary? Oh, no, he's leaving. He's leaving.
He said before I go.
Yeah, Kevin is such a face. That's crazy.
Who do you invite? Kevin Owens invited somebody. Who do you invite?
I didn't hear it.
Goddamn. I was relying on you, and Johnny was goddamn talking to me.
It was like, I'm inviting. It was inaudible.
Johnny. Who did he invite?
Oh, I got no audio for this, so you guys got to tell me.
I got to tell you who we invited.
Okay.
Kevin Owens show on Raw. Oh, and he's inviting Aleister Black to be on the show, I guess, because he hasn't seen him in a while. Maybe he's going to start feuding with Aleister Black for no reason.
Mr. Black.
Oh, Bayley and Sasha doing a backstage promo. There's a ring backstage. They're like in a ring, but it's not the ring in the Thunderdome. It's like a backstage ring.
Green screen ring.
Why is there a backstage ring? Why do they have another ring set up? Are they going to have a match there? What's the meaning of this? What is this second ring? Stage ring. Why is there a stage ring?
This is War Games, baby.
Is this War Games?
I could see The Fiend and Braun Strowman get involved in this because it's supposed to be False Count Anywhere.
Let's go to the other ring.
See, now this is a solid beverage. Coca-Cola original.
Clásico.
Classic. And a little baby bottle, too. A little tiny bottle.
I wonder what New Coast tasted like.
New Coke? I don't know. Probably delicious. I remember, like, Coke, clear Coke? Was it clear?
It was Crystal Pepsi they
Crystal
released
Pepsi?
a couple years ago.
I've had that before.
That wasn't that good.
I had it original style. It was all right.
Like when it first came out?
Was it Blue Coke that they put out?
There's Blue Pepsi. That was gross.
Blue Pepsi. No, they made a weird Coke, didn't they?
Well, they had like raspberry
they have
flavors.
vanilla Coke.
No, that's not weird. That's fine. I've had.
They had like a maple Coke.
Maple? Yeah, I've seen that.
A pomegranate?
I don't want maple Coke. I saw it and I was like, I'm not trying that. Maple Coke sounds disgusting.
Quite sweet.
Have you had it?
I have not. I've thought about it, but I was like,
Yeah, that's it.
It's a little pricier, and I'm like,
Yeah, it comes in the glass bottles. You see at the grocery store, it's like maple Coke, and I'm like, nah, give me that Mexican Coke. I don't want that maple Coke.
See.
Speaking of snacks, they're doing a commercial for WWE ice cream bars. Yo, can we get these here? Are they? That's another thing. Not available in Canada, right? That's not the kind of thing you could bring back from the States either, because they'll melt.
Is this a cassette tape?
Unless you live real close to the border, right, John? You grew up close to the border. You could go over to the States, get frozen treats, and bring them back home.
Ooh, rice.
And they wouldn't melt. Amazing.
I hate these rhymes when they show
I never
the
had
lines.
the old WWE ice cream bars.
No, me neither. But I remember when Bastion Booger used to come down to the ring eating them.
Yeah, I remember that. It was disgusting.
Yeah, it was super gross.
Did they have like cookies? It was like on a stick, but it had cookies on the side of the ice cream. It was like a sandwich on a stick.
I think so. It was on a stick. I remember that.
I remember seeing like the magazines.
Are the AEW toys available in Canada yet?
Not yet. They're going to be available, I think, exclusively at Walmart the beginning of September. Early September.
Well, I guess you got them all.
I'm going to try. I'm going to try and get them all. For my son, of course. Not for me. Not for me. For my son. I don't buy action figures for myself. I mean, I buy them because I like them, but he plays with them. But yeah, I want to get the AEW toys. They're supposed to be out at Walmart beginning of September, but you never know. Could be delayed. But I've been going to Walmart like once a week to check since like the beginning of August. Since they released in the States at the beginning of August, I've been going to Walmart here once a week just to see. Nothing. But believe me, when the AEW toys do come out in Canada, I will let you know. I will let you all know because I'll show you the pictures on my Instagram and on my Twitter at Dave Simon MMA of all the cool shit I get.
Nice segue.
I really want the belt. The belt looks awesome. When I get that AEW belt, I'm going to wear it here on the show like a big idiot, all right? Look like a doofus with a toy belt, okay?
Is there also like a toy ring?
Yeah, there's a ring, and I think the first set is the Bucks, Kenny, Cody, Brandy, and Jericho. So, yeah, I need them all, obviously. Kenny, for sure. Cody, Brandy, Jericho, Bucks, yes. The ring, yes. The belt, yes. I need everything. And I need a couple of them in duplicate so I can keep them in a package and save them. First edition AEW, you keep that shit, you save it for 20 years, and you sell them. I mean, probably not, but I want to do that, but I don't think I will.
A Mike Trout rookie card just sold for a lot of money.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How come my Vladimir Guerrero rookie card ain't worth shit?
I don't know how these things work.
What the fuck? I got a Vladimir Guerrero rookie card. I looked on the internet, and some guys had it for like $80, but then some other guys had it for like $8, and I was like, what? I don't understand that on eBay. It's like the same item for like several different prices, and it's like, well, what's the difference? So Sonya Deville versus Mandy Rose is coming up next. Just to give you a recap of what's happened so far on Summerfest, as the great Jeremy Piven once called it. Apollo Crews beats MVP in the pre-show to retain the U.S. title. Bayley beat Asuka in the opening match to retain the SmackDown Women's title after a distraction by Sasha Banks. The Street Profits just beat Andrade and Angel Garza to retain the Raw Tag Team titles. And now it's Mandy versus Sonya. It was supposed to be hair versus hair, but now it is a loser leaves WWE match. Yeah, they changed the stipulation. It's loser leaves WWE in a no disqualification match.
Do you think Sonya's going to take some time off based on the recent events around her?
I don't know.
You think?
Would you want to take time off after that? I'd kind of be like, I don't really want to be home right now. Let's stay on the road.
That was fucked up.
Yeah, there was a guy who broke into Sonya's house while she was there and had all sorts of stuff to kidnap her. Mm-hmm. How did they stop him?
I think she heard the window break.
And what? Called the cops?
And was able to leave. Like she wasn't alone. She was there with
Mandy.
Mandy was in the house.
Yeah, Mandy was there with her.
Oh, I thought it was
they
like
both
her girlfriend or
got out,
something. Okay, it was Mandy. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was Mandy. And then people found out that it was Mandy in the house with Sonya, and this happens a week before they're in this, heated angle, hair versus hair match at SummerSlam. And I don't know if you saw, John, but Jim Cornette said that WWE
should be mad at them.
No, they should fire them both
for breaking kayfabe.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off, Cornette. You piece of shit.
I mean, it's funny.
Yeah, but they could have died.
I mean,
been tortured and killed.
I kind of suggested something similar. Like, you think maybe Vince is mad at them and is going to fire them? I said no because my
the business.
My thing was not because they were breaking kayfabe, but I wondered that maybe they booked hair versus hair without knowing who was going to lose their hair. And then they asked Mandy, and she was like, no. Then they asked Sonya, and she was like, no. So they're like, well, fuck it then. One of you is just going to be, disappeared for a while because you're not playing ball. Like, whoever they thought was going to shave their head, who said no, now they're going to get, disappeared off the roster, put in catering, whatever, sent home because they didn't want to do the thing for the business, which I am in favor of. Like, if Vince McMahon comes to you and says, we want you to shave your head at SummerSlam, you say, Yes, sir. Do you want me to grow it back or keep it shaved? That's all you fucking say. I don't give a shit who you are, who you think you are, how pretty you think you are on Instagram. If Vince McMahon tells you it's SummerSlam hair versus hair, you say, thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity to shave my fucking head in a big fucking match in the WWE.
So you're saying Mandy's leaving?
I'm saying, I don't know, maybe Sonya refused. I don't know who, but I find it strange that it's hair versus hair, and then 3 days before the match, they're like, well, it's actually loser leaves WWE.
Yeah.
I find that very strange. I wanted to see hair versus hair. I wanted to see one of these motherfuckers shave bald.
Mandy's hair is already kind of short. She looks pretty different already.
Mandy's got a different look going.
Yeah, she looks like a complete different person.
She got the slick back hair. She's got an outfit that's not very revealing, which is, very unlike Mandy. Like, I mean, it's revealing, but Mandy's outfits are usually, like, very revealing, and you're like, good God almighty. This is a more serious look for Mandy.
A great outfit.
Yeah, she looks cool. She looks very cool.
Yeah.
But she looks more serious. She looks like a badass, especially with the hair slicked back.
It's almost like a singlet.
Yeah, it is a singlet.
Yeah.
It's a cool singlet, too. But it's a little too short, and she keeps pushing it down because it's giving her a wedgie. It's a little too short.
Yep.
It's giving her a wedgie
among other things.
and a bit of the toe. Little toeski going on there for Mandy. It's a white outfit, and you can see a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's riding up a little bit. Little camel toeski. Hey, it happens. It happens, baby.
It's a natural thing.
Look.
That's new gear for you.
Everybody's got genitals, okay? What's the problem? Everybody's got something down there. Why we gotta hide everything? What's the problem here? Everybody's got a vagina or a penis or something else, all right? Everybody's got something. What's the problem? Show your dick. Show your dick to the camera. No, don't.
I think that would get us demonetized as well.
Johnny, Johnny, take your dick out.
I got an issue. I got an issue with you, Dave. Though, like, you can't just book a hair versus hair match and then be like, "Oh, can you cut your hair?" Like, you got to do that ahead of time. You can't just book a match and then be like, really? "Oh, now you got to cut your hair." Like, you got to do that ahead of time and then you book the match.
Why? That's not how WWE works. They book matches and then they figure it out afterwards. They said it's going to be a boneyard match. Okay, Mandy is trying to lift a table up and she can't. She cannot figure out.
It's hard.
She can't get the table up. She is struggling big time.
The legs
This
are
is
out.
botchamania. I've never seen somebody struggle so hard to lift the table up. Like, it was down on its
heavy.
side. It was down on its side, and she tried to, like, open it and lift it up and couldn't do it.
It's a hardcore match.
That was definitely botchamania, yes.
Yeah, that was really bad. That was so funny. And now Sonya comes with a chair and is attacking Mandy. Now Sonya's in control. Because,
she's mad. She's super mad.
I mean, it took Mandy forever to lift that table, so, yeah, I mean, Sonya had to come back on offense there. That was funny.
Mandy is really upset about that. You see the look on her face before.
Well,
she
yeah, I'd be mad, too.
Right.
I'm sorry, Johnny North. They booked the Boneyard match and had no idea what the Boneyard match would be, and that's Undertaker at WrestleMania. You could book a hair versus hair match between Mandy and Sonya and figure it out later. And then if nobody wants to do it, well, just change the stipulation of the match. That's what they did, right? That's what happened. And, not for nothing, but if Vince McMahon comes to you and says you're going to have a hair versus hair match at SummerSlam, we want you to shave your head. I know that you're attached to your long hair, John. But if Vince tells you, or Triple H says, we want you to shave your head at SummerSlam, you're gonna say no. You're gonna say no.
Well, if Triple H told me anything, I told him to go F himself. Honestly.
Oh.
But,
really? Well, you wouldn't have a very long career in WWE.
I wouldn't want to wrestle for Triple H. It's fine.
Oh,
how
These
dare
guys
you?
Like Bully the Rock and.
I was just about to call you.
You really?
Are you a contractor?
John, you're a pro wrestler. You wouldn't want to work for WWE because you hate Triple H so much, and you don't even really know him.
Kayfabe way?
You don't even know him personally. He might be a lovely guy. He seems like kind of a nice guy.
Kinda.
Oh
Like,
no, he seems like a
personable.
jerk. What are you talking about?
Oh man, see, this is why you're not in NXT right now, John. What the hell?
Too bad.
Yeah, it is too bad. But you would shave your head if you were working SummerSlam. If Vince told you to shave your head, you say yes. At least I hope you
Vince
would.
is different though. Vince is different.
Look, they asked Frankie Kazarian to shave his head. He said no, and he quit the company. Or they fired him?
No, actually, no. He shaved his head, then they fired him, actually. So they're jerks.
Did they shave his? I don't think he did. I thought he said no, and then he went to TNA, and then he cut his hair there. I don't think he did. I think he said no.
I feel like he shaved his head beforehand, but I could be wrong.
I'll get that story. I'm pretty sure.
Those were the days. Kazarian on Velocity.
I know what happened to Raven, where Raven shaved his head and then they fired him the next week.
That sounds about right.
Well, Alex Tarras says you're right, so maybe he's right. I don't know.
They've done this before to people. They do it to bury them, so that way when they go to another Fed, they can't be as over because they have a different look.
Yeah.
They're jerks, man. They're WWE. They're full of jerks.
Shout out to Alex Tarras on the chat, Antoinette on the chat, Clicks Ways. Thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you everybody for watching. This is the WWE SummerSlam watch along. Mandy and Sonya in the match. Loser leaves WWE. Hit us up on the super chat if you have a question, if you have a comment that you want us to read on the show. Hit us up on that super chat. Click that $sign. Support the Ringside Report Network. We are on for every WWE pay-per-view, every UFC pay-per-view, doing watch-alongs. We're on weekly with Ringside Report MMA every Thursday night, 8 p.m. We're on weekly with Wrestling Uncensored, dropping every Saturday at 11 a.m. We got you covered big time.
And Dave, you forget, though, Triple H isn't the guy that is talent relations anymore. He changed his position now. He's just NXT, so he can't tell people what to do that much anymore. Which he shouldn't, because he's a jerk.
What are you saying?
What did I do to you?
What's your problem?
Except provide you with hours of quality entertainment.
Oh, John. I don't know why you're dissing Triple H so hard tonight, but I love it. Usually I'm the one saying mean things to people.
I mean...
Well, you said enough about Pat McAfee anyway, so you know.
He sucks.
I gotta say something about Triple H, so.
Mandy.
Usually it's Sean, so.
Yeah, you hate Sean and Triple H. Mandy putting Sonya on the table. Sonya just rolls off. Mandy goes up to the apron to like do a thing. Sonya just kind of falls off the table. Mandy's like, "Oh,
what do I do now?
What do I do now?"
Oh.
She's going back under the ring. Oh, she's got a chair. And she whips it at Sonya, but Sonya ducks.
That could have been a Matt Hardy situation there.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Whoa! That hit the cameraman.
I think so. Mandy's just throwing chairs at people.
Yeah, that's kind of reckless.
Oh, wow. Mandy threw
one
of the worst forearms I've ever seen. Johnny, wait for it. You're going to hate it. When they collide, I think you're a couple seconds behind us. Mandy throws a forearm.
I just thought, yeah.
Oh, man, that was bad.
It's bad.
Are they showing her? Oh, no. I thought they were going to replay the forearm.
Claymore.
They replayed Sonya's kick to Mandy. That was a Pat McAfee level forearm thrown by Mandy Rose there. I'm just going to shit on Pat McAfee because I think it's funny. Because his fans are so mad when I do it. I can't believe he has fans. Mandy's got like a full back to front wedgie going though, eh? Like it's a wedgie in the back, it's a wedgie in the front, it's like a whole thing. The outfit is new.
Well, she's moving around. She's moving around too much. I mean, that's going to happen.
Well, it's a wrestling outfit. You'd think it's designed to move in, but...
Yeah, but she didn't wrestle in it, though. That's the problem. She made it for the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
It's a slappy.
Yeah, Mandy hitting a couple knees on Sonya. This match, there's another knee. This match is not...
This match is all right.
I mean...
This match is probably their best match, for sure.
Yeah. They're putting a lot into it. Oh, Mandy. Oh! What was that? What's that?
It's like a face buster.
It's like a... It's not a Michinoku driver, but it's something. Double arm. Oh, another knee to the face. V-trigger! 1, 2, 3! Sonya leaves WWE. Huh.
Not too surprised.
Does that mean she can go to NXT?
I don't know. I guess.
I think it's just her taking time off.
She's taking time off because somebody tried to kidnap her and she wants to
take it easy.
Stop wrestling forever? I don't understand.
I think it's just a break for now.
Still pretty young.
It's weird. Super chat.
Oh.
Hey, shout out to Antoinette. Hitting us up on the super chat. She says, Mandy loses. Otis uses briefcase to get her back. Oh. No, sorry, it didn't happen. Mandy won.
That did not happen.
I guess Sonya's taking time off.
Oh, hey, well, here comes Otis.
Or maybe she's fired from WWE. Here comes Otis to celebrate with his peach.
Yeah.
And now he's doing the worm. He's very excited, doing oh yeah. Picking her up, big hug. There you go.
I don't think she's actually fired.
Oh,
though.
Macho Man.
Oh, he picks Mandy up on his shoulder like Macho Man and Elizabeth. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
She is wearing white and gold, very Macho Man kind of colors.
I like Otis. He's funny. Oh, Mandy doing the worm now? Doing the Otis worm? Not really, though. It's... Wow. Why even do that on TV if it looks that bad? Wow, that was bad. Why did she do the worm? I think she hurt herself doing it.
Yeah. So I was like, it don't make good.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I just tore something.
Thanks, Otis.
Should not have done that worm.
Yeah. Why'd you encourage me?
What do you say, John?
I think it's just, because he's doing it, so I'll do it, because they're a couple, so. Yeah, it's not great, but still, like, they're trying to be doing things together.
It's not great. So Mandy wins. Sonya's gone. I guess Sonya is taking time off to deal with whatever. I find that strange. I find it strange that Sonya's just gone now. She's beat Mandy in all the matches they had, and now this one she loses, and now she's gone. Okay.
It's the way she goes.
Fucking way she goes. John, you look like you want to say something there. You all right?
The Broken Skull thing, didn't they announce it already?
What?
It's supposed to be Jerry Lawler next, no?
On Austin's interview show?
I think I heard that too.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Stupid.
I watched the Bailey Sasha Banks documentary they put out. It was pretty good.
I don't like the idea of them completely closing the business like that, but that's what they're for, I guess. These dogs.
A lot, right? Yeah. They talked about putting the match together, and it was a total shoot. They weren't even trying to pretend like it was a work. But why are we pretending anymore? I like seeing that. I like seeing them talk about wrestling what it really is. It's not during the show. It's a separate documentary. Yeah. If they're going to talk about wrestling in a shoot way outside of WWE, why shouldn't WWE profit on that a little bit inside? Everybody does shoot interviews. Everybody talks about the business. Everybody talks about, does these interviews about what I did here and what I did there, and exposes the business on podcasts. Why wouldn't the WWE get in on that? It's not like we're still living in these kayfabe times. As soon as these people leave WWE, they tell the whole story. So why not let the WWE do a nicely produced documentary version of it? I have no problem with that. Everybody exposes the business these days. Who cares?
It just takes away from if they ever wrestle each other now. It's well, they're just friends. They just plan out all their stuff. They do everything A to Z. So it's hard for me to be ever invested in them wrestling each other ever again.
But you know that they're real friends.
Yeah, but not everyone's friends with each other in WWE.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
In the words of Joe Biden, come on, man.
What?
He says that a lot.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, it's Dominic versus Seth Rollins next. We are an hour into this pay-per-view, and we're getting through it here, brother. We are getting through it.
Yep,
should be done 10:30ish, probably.
Maybe before that, I'm thinking. Let's try some of these Sour Patches. I got Sour Patches. Sour Patch Crush.
It's good. Good flavor.
I never tried this before.
Oh, no, I thought I brought them over once.
I don't think
I ate a lot of them, though.
I don't think I had any of them.
They have pineapple. Those are good.
Orange, grape, pineapple, strawberry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you were excited when I brought these out. You were like, oh, shit.
Dougie Dougie.
Seth and Dominic.
I imagine you guys watched Dynamite yesterday.
I did not.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I thought like TakeOver was the better wrestling show, but this was exciting though. Like, this had better surprises than TakeOver.
I saw Brody Lee beat Cody.
That was crazy. What an ending.
That was the end of the show?
That was the end of the show, yeah.
And Keith Lee, he's hurt, I guess? He dropped his title?
No, Karrion Kross is hurt. He separated his shoulder.
Yo, he got hurt winning the NXT title?
If you notice, I think it was like just a clothesline bump, but he landed directly on his shoulder, and you could tell like he's messed up the rest of the match.
So is he going to drop it back?
He might have to forfeit it.
That's
if
crazy.
he has to get surgery.
Really?
Well,
So
yeah,
he's
he
out
had separated
for a
his
while.
shoulder.
Wow.
3
That's
to 6
bad.
months if it's that bad. But if you saw the bump
Tough break.
was terrible that he took.
That's a really tough break. Tough
like
break
a
for him,
Finn
tough
Balor
break for
kind of
NXT. Wow. So what do you do?
I don't know if you saw it. They've announced the women's title match for All Out.
It's Sheeta versus the NWA champion, isn't it?
That's correct. Thunder Rosa.
That's cool.
That's huge. She's a great wrestler, so that's gonna be a fun match to watch.
How come they're
I mean,
doing
it's
that
cool.
promotional?
They probably work something out. I mean, if you look at it, they've got quite a few talent now from NWA, so I think they just realized NWA, they can't wrestle right now, so they're letting their talent wrestle AEW. I think that's great of them to do that. But this is huge, the fact that they're letting their champion wrestle the AEW women's champion. That's very big for them to do. They usually would never do something like that.
What are they going to do? You know?
Well,
You
they're
gotta
even
let them
promoting
work.
it too. That's amazing. NWA is actually promoting this match as well.
Seth Rollins is wearing a Halloween Havoc 97 style Rey Mysterio outfit.
That's true.
It is paying tribute and mocking Rey Mysterio at the same time. That is awesome. It is a 97 Halloween Havoc outfit that he is wearing.
Greatest matches of all time.
Yeah. Do you see that outfit, John? He looks cool as hell.
Question marks.
It's probably Seth Rollins' favorite Rey Mysterio match, so that's why he's doing it.
It's like everybody's favorite Rey Mysterio match, though, isn't it?
I honestly love Rey Mysterio, just because it's the first match I ever saw of Rey Mysterio. It was Rey Mysterio, Dean Malenko, Great American Bash 96.
Oh, man.
Because that's the match where it's like, wow, like because that's the first time I ever saw Rey.
Rey and Jericho, I think, might be my favorite.
From
Extreme Rules?
The mask
Extreme
match,
Rules,
where he
yeah.
unmasks him and Ray
The
grabs
finish.
his head
Yeah.
and Jericho rolls him up. Yeah.
On the 619, Jericho's like hanging on the ropes, about to get 619. Ray comes to do the 619. Jericho grabs the mask off Ray. Ray covers up. Jericho rolls him up and beats him. Like, the match was great. The finish was amazing.
Yeah, that was a damn good match.
That might be my favorite Ray match.
Ooh, favorite Ray match.
There's a lot of them, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it was a quick one, but I like the one where he won the championship from Angle and Orton at WrestleMania 22. It was like 9 minutes.
That was good.
But it was like action packed. Like it just kept going and going and going. And then Ray just won. That was a good. I don't know if that was my favorite, but that was a really good one. It was an important one.
Is Dominic wearing Buddy Murphy's outfit?
Something.
Dominic looked like he's wearing like a version of Buddy Murphy's costume. Like the jacket. What is that thing?
Yeah, it's like some kind of glacier thing.
Dominic's got like
He's a hood. Is it AJ Styles?
he's got no arms.
It's kind of like an AJ Styles get up, the blue and black.
Well,
So
it's
AJ
just skinny
covers.
arms. That's all.
He got no musculature.
What do you think he could bench,
Gotta be
John? What would you say he could bench?
Oh, if he benches 100, I'd be impressed.
That's not much for a wrestler.
It's not much for most people. Just benching, period. Like,
I don't know how much I can bench, but I assume it's over 100.
I don't know if
yeah,
he
I
can bench 100.
imagine it's over 100.
I don't do a bench press, but
Yeah.
I don't really lift weights.
I
lift
tried it
people.
once with 50, and that was pretty heavy. But I'm not an athlete.
I lift a 40-pound man all the time, and I lift another pound man. How many pounds are you, man?
Oh, 170.
I could lift you over my head, so.
Although with these candies, I might gain some.
Yeah, baby. These are good, actually.
Mhm.
Oh, Seth,
I mean,
with a takedown of
in
Dominic,
a
the match
sense,
is
this
on.
should be a tag match. This should be a tag match because there's no rules.
Yeah, it's no DQ. Murphy's there in Seth's corner. Ray's there in Dominic's corner. But they're just having a match. There's Dominic in his
Well, it's-
hood. Why would you wrestle in a hooded thing? Like, the guy's going to pull it over your face.
He
Why
get
would
caught.
he could grab it and yank you down. He could pull it over your face. Like, don't ever fight in a hood.
You should
okay?
take off. He's got a zipper there. You should take
He's
off.
got a
the
zipper.
thing.
He should take off his top. But, you know, he doesn't have a great physique. He's wrestling in a hood.
To me, this is a mixture of Rey Mysterio and Glacier as Dominic's outfit.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Dominic grabbing a headlock, and Seth just whips him down to the mat. That's what's happening right now. Dominic is trying to wrestle Seth, and he can't. Seth is just beating him at every turn. Good story. Makes sense. It's a story they should be telling. I love when they cut to the crowd, like everybody in the Thunderdome just starts waving.
It's like a face paint on.
Yeah, there's like a
It's
guy,
like a clown.
like third row, who's like in a clown mask. He looks scary.
Yeah,
What's with the
I think there's a
clown?
Hogan
Is
too,
that
isn't
Rob Zombie? What
He's
the
like
hell?
an evil clown. He looks like It or whatever.
Looks like there's AJ too in the second row.
Is AJ there?
What?
Imagine. That'd be amazing.
No, bro, I'm telling you, I was there.
Dave, I don't even know how I got here.
I was at Summerslams. Triple H called me.
Screen just popped up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the screen just popped up. I don't know what happened.
I'm telling you.
All of a sudden, I was at SummerSlam.
You should see Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. He said, "Hey, AJ, what's up?"
You got to give it to him. That's AJ's catchphrase.
Gotta give it to him.
You got to give it to him.
Yeah, give it to him. What exactly?
I don't know. If somebody wins or loses, you got to give it to him.
Yeah, you gotta give it. You gotta admire their integrity.
Dominic just did a kip up. Here comes Dominic Mysterio, the best wrestler since Pat McAfee.
He's got speed at least, Dominic. He hasn't blown up yet.
Pat McAfee made Snooki look like Kurt Angle, baby. What's up?
Hey, Snooki was not bad.
That's what I'm saying. Snooki was not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah.
She did her spots well.
I liked Snooki. I thought Snooki was better than Pat McAfee.
Well, Snooki was a nice surprise. Like, McAfee was just passable.
Yeah, but Snooki was like, whoa, shit, she can do some stuff. She can move.
Right.
How would you compare McAfee to Stephen Amell, if you remember him? Didn't he do a backflip also?
Roughly the same.
Roughly
I'd say roughly the same as Stephen Amell. Maybe a little bit better, a little bit more
I give
athletic.
it more to Amell, actually. Amell
Oh.
took some crazier bumps.
Yeah, eh? Yeah. Stephen Amell was probably better, and he doesn't have an athletic background. So,
He's in better shape, though, too, though. He looked more intimidating, actually, Stephen
yeah,
Amell.
he was a lot bigger.
Oh.
Yeah, Pat McAfee, I don't know, man. Oh, that was actually quite nice. Like, that drop kick the Dominic hit, way better than Pat McAfee's drop kick. Dominic just did a kip up into a drop kick on Seth, and it looked pretty good. He's obviously got a little bit of the spring in the step of his dad, right? Because to do that, that was nice. That was a nice little maneuver. And now he's chasing Seth with a kendo stick, and Seth catches him, and Seth's beating him up now. But that was a cool little move. Like, that was actually a nice drop kick because Dominic's drop kick, unlike Pat McAfee's drop kick, actually went above the chest on Seth Rollins. Pat McAfee's drop kick, like, he dropped Adam Cole, who's not that tall, in his, like, balls, basically. It was pretty terrible.
Adam Cole's babies.
Yeah.
You also got to remember, though, Dominic's been trained for, like, over a year, though, with WWE. So I hope he's learned something.
So far, you know, he's not looked terrible. He took that bump in the corner pretty well. He had his head up when he walked, you know, when he ran into the corner, he wasn't like, you know, head on a swivel. You know, he had a straight head, run right into the corner smoothly. Looked good.
He's selling.
Yeah, he's a believable he's believable at his selling because you don't believe that he can win, and you believe that this stuff is hurting him because he's not built for it. And he's selling it pretty good. I just don't believe any of his offense. That's the problem. Like, I believe him selling. Yeah, sure. He's Ray's son getting beat up by Seth Rollins. Like, that's believable. It's just like him getting any offense on Seth Rollins is like, well, you got to suspend that disbelief there. Ray's small, but his offense always made sense. Dominic's offense, you know, his limited offense, but what we've seen on Raw and stuff, like when he takes out Murphy and Seth all in one maneuver, it's like, okay, I don't know about that. Right, John? Like, his offense is not that believable. Because he's not, he's not intimidating.
You've made a good point leading up to this for a while, saying that he's too pathetic looking. Like, it's all right if you're, like, somewhat, like, not in the best shape, but, you know, you can still somewhat throw a punch or look like you could be in a fight. But this is like, well, he doesn't even belong in a ring just because, like, how pathetic he looks. So it's hard to believe in anything he does.
It looks like a child's being beaten up.
It's like Dominic has all, like, he's dressed up as a wrestler, you know? Like, he's got the gear, he's got tattoos, like, he's cosplaying as a wrestler. It's cosplay wrestling.
It's like something I would have created. Like, that's me, how I visualized myself when I was like 15. Like, that's the character I made in like SmackDown versus Raw.
That's right.
2006.
And you're trying to make yourself look realistic, like a realistic 16-year-old version of yourself. Like, you look skinny next to the wrestlers, but that looks like a realistic version of you, you know?
Oh, I made myself kind of like with the big tattoos and like the garish clothing.
Yeah, but that's it. Dominic just looks like a guy playing wrestler. He doesn't look like a wrestler at all.
Oh, and I don't know if that would have a hoodie. Like, I understand you wear it to the ring, but the fact he's still wearing the hoodie, like, it's kind of weird and awkward.
And at one point, the hood was up, and he had to, like, lower it.
It's like he forgot.
The hood accidentally came up. It's not good.
The outfit's fine. It's just, get rid of the hood.
Yeah. Well, the outfit's fine because it's covering him up.
It looks like AJ Styles' outfit.
Yeah. Rollins went for a stomp off the chair. He missed. Dominic did a drop toe hold on Seth. Seth landed on the chair. Buddy Murphy looked like he wanted to get into the ring, but then didn't for some reason, even though it's no DQ. I guess he knows, like, well, if I get into the ring, Ray's going to get into the ring, and I don't want Ray to beat me up. I'm trying to.
But Ray wanted to get in the ring too, though. It didn't make sense.
Yeah, but Ray didn't get into the ring because the ref was telling him no or something. I don't know. Did Dominic just do a Rana?
Mm-hmm.
Dominic Rana. It wasn't smooth. Oh, that was not bad. Nice spinning DDT off of Seth's shoulders. Not bad.
Murphy slid in there, but didn't try and stop the count.
Yeah. Murphy was like thinking about stopping the count, but then Seth kicked out, so Murphy didn't get in the ring.
I have to say, for first match, though, this isn't bad for Dominic.
No. I think it's better than Pat McAfee. I really do. Like, as far as the fundamentals of how he looks, you know, he's moving a lot smoother. His footwork's way better. His drop kick was a lot nicer. Like, he's more fluid than McAfee, right?
Yeah, I'd agree with that, but it's a different kind of setup too. I think Seth Rollins is also a better hand than Adam Cole as well.
Yeah, Seth's helping out a lot here.
Yeah. But, I think Seth and Adam Cole are comparable. Adam Cole's a pretty good worker, and he made Pat McAfee look really good. Like, I watched that match last night, and I was like, this kind of sucks. And then I watched it again this morning because I was like, okay, well, everybody seemed to love it, and I hated it. I got to watch it again and see maybe I'm wrong, because I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. And when so many people love something, I'm like, well, it makes me question myself. It's like, well, shit, maybe I'm wrong. Then I watch it again, I'm like, no. And when you watch it again, you're like, oh, yeah. When they say a really good wrestler can have a good match with a broom? Pat McAfee was that broom. Adam Cole was really good in that match. He made him... Like, the reason why anybody believed that was any good is because Adam Cole's a really good wrestler. And he knows how to, fix things so the business doesn't look terrible. If Adam Cole doesn't sell the rear chin lock that Pat McAfee has, it looks horrible. Oh, Dominic taking the superplex into the Falcon Arrow by Seth Rollins.
Adios mío.
They keep showing Dominic's mom backstage looking worried.
It's good. Sell the drama.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't the greatest match in the world, but I am interested in this.
I don't know how much you want to root for a pussy whose mom is watching backstage looking like she's going to cry. Like, you're trying to make him a babyface, you're trying to root for him, but how do you root for a guy who, comes to work with his mommy and daddy, and they hold his hand the whole way through?
We got behind Shane.
Shane turned on Vince, though, And Shane was a heel, Like, Dominic, he's got his mama there, he's got his daddy there, and he's just a kid, and you're supposed to feel bad for him. What's likable about him? What are you supposed to like? I guess maybe kids are supposed to like him. Because, you feel bad for him. He's, a kid. They see themselves in him.
And they don't mind if their parents come with them places.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah.
So I think he's for kids. I think Dominic is for the kids. He's not for me, that's for sure. Because I see him and I'm like, who's this pussy with his mom? What the fuck's his problem? He's got no veins in his arms. He's got a stupid outfit with a hood on it. He looks like he's 15. Brings his mom to work. What the fuck is that? I'm like, who wants to see this guy? Seems like a pussy to me. I don't want to root for a pussy. Seth Rollins is cool.
Well,
Seth Rollins is mean. He takes people's eyes out.
I thought that was going to be retribution. Though.
He impregnated Becky Lynch. Seth Rollins is a bad motherfucker. He put a baby in Becky Lynch. Respect, That's cool. Becky Lynch is cool.
Well,
Seth Rollins made a baby inside
Dominic
of her.
can take a good beating, though.
Yeah, he can. He can sell, man. He's not sympathetic, but he can sell. I don't feel sympathy for him. Maybe I'm supposed to, and I'm just a sick fuck, but every time Seth hits him with that kendo stick, I'm like, ha ha ha.
Take that.
Take that, Dominic. Yeah, get him. I mean, this is what he signed up for. I don't feel bad for him. He wants to be a wrestler. Well, welcome to wrestling. Right. It's fucking brutal.
Welcome
it
to
hurts.
big school.
Yeah, wrestling hurts. It's not comfortable. You're going to walk away from the business a different man and in different shape than, how you walked in. Ooh. That's how wrestling works. People have died for this business, okay?
You do a Russian leg sweep?
I don't feel sympathy for you. It's not supposed to be easy. You got an easy road into there. No wrestling company in the world is hiring Dominic Mysterio if Ray isn't his dad, right? He's not a good enough wrestler. He doesn't look the part. The only reason he's here is because of his dad. So I don't really feel sympathy for him. It's like, well, you signed up for this. This is what you get. Oh, side Russian leg sweep from the second rope. Dominic on Seth through the table.
With a kendo stick, it's a white Russian leg sweep. Tommy Dreamer.
Oh.
Got it. Shout out Tommy Dreamer.
Somebody's mad at me on the chat because
I'm a Sandman. It's a Sandman.
He's like, leave Dominic Mysterio alone.
They're the same
And it's
guy.
like, well, okay.
Was it Sandman or Tommy Dreamer with the white Russian leg sweep? I think it was
I
Sandman.
thought it was Sandman.
Yeah, Sandman. The
I
alcohol.
think it was both actually.
Oh yeah, it's possible. Oh,
Dominic just hit a frog splash. Got a 2 on Seth Rollins. That's another thing. At no point in this match do I believe Dominic will win. And if he does, like, what the fuck?
But I believe you have Dominic in your predictions, though.
No. No, I have Seth for sure. How could I believe Dominic will win?
Because for some reason you picked Dominic. I don't know why you did.
Because
You
Ray
said
would
that,
help
but
him, maybe? Maybe Ray, with Ray help? I don't remember. But it doesn't make
it's
sense.
like you said, though.
He shouldn't win. He shouldn't win.
He shouldn't. But crazier things have happened, right?
Yeah. But, like, for him to beat Seth Rollins would be kind of crazy. Because it's Seth Rollins. You know, one of the top guys in the company. Dominic just whipped a chair into the ring.
what the hell?
He whipped it really far for some reason. Seth grabbed it, pushed it out of the ring, then hit Dominic with a super kick, and now power bombs Dominic.
And Ray is just like, oh shit.
That was a weird chair throw. I don't know what that was.
It's like a little planned botch.
I guess. Oh, Seth is zipping off the jacket. The hooded jacket is coming off finally.
This looks stupid.
What you say, John?
This is a lot longer than I expected. I didn't think this match would go this long.
Yeah, it's a big match, man. It's been building for a long time. Got to give it some time. I'm ready for it to be over, though.
Mm-hmm.
JJ Mondesi on the chat saying a few of the faces in the crowd are repeated. I haven't noticed, but I'm not surprised.
Well, they flickered out. Like, for a while, like, you didn't see, like, some fans at all. So, like, I think there's problems with them showing the faces.
Nobody looks excited to be there. All
Well,
right.
the thing is, too, are they watching it live or is it on delay for them, too? So it might be kind of awkward for them.
You would think it would have to be live for it to match up with, you know, the show. So Seth is hitting Dominic with a kendo stick now. He's pulled Dominic's shirt off.
Oh,
What's he got?
got cuffs.
Oh, handcuffs.
That means it's going to go at least another 5 minutes.
Yeah, because he pulled out a new weapon, so this shit's far from over.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes Ray. Is Ray going to do something? Seth's back is pretty messed up. Seth, he's got some welts on his back from the kendo stick.
Maybe Seth will get handcuffed.
What does it say on Seth's... Oh, Monday Night Messiah. I was like, what does it say on his trunks? I should have known. I was like,
Dominic's got some scratches, too, on the back.
Yeah,
Messi?
not as bad as it was.
Oh, he likes Lionel Messi?
Messiah. Where's Ray going?
Oh,
Dominic's mom is coming out.
somebody call my mama.
Dominic's mom wearing the Louis Vuitton shirt because that whole family loves the designer gear.
So many tattoos.
Yeah. Ooh, the mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, not so much. Just a little on the arm.
On the back of her neck.
Oh, 1, 2. Dominic tries to roll up Seth after Seth was distracted by Dominic's parents. Ray telling Dominic's mom not to come to the ring. And now Dominic is in a 2-on-1 situation in the ring. Murphy and Seth beating up Dominic. And Ray and Dominic's mom, for some reason, not telling Ray, like, hey, go help him. Now Dominic is going to get his eye impaled on the stairs by Murphy. Ray shows up. Dominic's mom was really slow to tell her husband that their son was getting beat up by 2 men. Why don't you go help him? Like, she let that go on for a long time. Long enough to make you suspicious and to think maybe she's on Seth and Murphy's side.
That would have been an interesting twist.
Yeah, like, beat up my son. I hate that guy. He sucks. Look at him.
She's the new Vicky Guerrero.
Look at him. He doesn't deserve to be in the wrestling business. He's not vascular at all. He's got no muscle. Get him out of here. I like the people on the screens in the Thunderdome that are below the barricade. Like, what's the point? They're below the barricade. Super chat. Super chat.
They also look like they were cheering for that when he was getting his eye put into the steps.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't they?
Patrick C. Hamilton says, I'm not a fan of wrestling, but started watching your UFC stuff, like your humor. I find SummerSlam very boring so far, nothing fun. So he likes the Ringside Report, all the UFC stuff, and we got him watching wrestling because...
we're entertaining.
Because he likes us, and he likes the jokes, and he likes the humor. So thank you very much, Patrick C. Hamilton. We appreciate your support, and we're happy that we can, entertain you, even though the wrestling's not that entertaining. Oh, wait a second. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so Seth and Murphy have beat up Dominic. They have handcuffed Rey Mysterio, and now Seth looks like he was going for Dominic's mama. I don't know what he was going to do, but Dominic is seeing red. He's looking for revenge. He's attacked Murphy. He's attacking Seth. He took Murphy out, threw him over a barricade, throws Seth over the ring steps. Dominic is a house of fire.
He's Dominicing up.
The big comeback.
Dominic is getting excited.
The Dominaniacs are going running wild.
Dominic just back body dropped, kind of. Murphy, he did like a 619 deal to Seth. Dominic is on fire. He is crushing it. And now a very slow 619 to Seth Rollins from Dominic Mysterio. He was about to go into the ring, but he forgot he has to go to the top rope to finish his father's finishing move. He's like, oh, yeah. Well, I mean, this is the longest match he's ever had. This is, and a frog splash? No, but Seth gets the knees up on Dominic.
That son of a bitch.
Give him the stomp, Seth. Let's go. It's like 8:30 here.
Seth's in the corner.
Let's go. Let's keep it moving.
It's 8:30.
Yeah, it's 8:30, baby. Let's keep it moving. Andale. Oh, Seth with like a choke on Dominic? Or just like humping him? I don't know. Right? Like he's not choking him. He's just kind of like...
He's mounting him.
He's back mounting him. Kind of. Oh, Ray's trying to get into the ring and help Dominic, but he can't because he's handcuffed. He's desperate.
One hand, though.
He's desperate. The love of a father. The desperation. Oh, and Dominic, boom, taking the stomp. Hey, Ray, here's an idea. If you didn't want your son to get beat up, maybe don't bring him to Raw next time. 2, 3, it's over.
Phew.
Like, come on, Ray's like, no! It's like, dude, you wanted him to be a wrestler, right? Like, didn't you sign him up for this?
Dude.
This is your fault. Dude. Everybody does a woolly hat thing. Anyways. That's a very inside reference that no one will get, but that's okay. Oh, the fans are booing. Do you see that? The people on the screens are booing. They have their thumbs down to say boo. Boo.
Maybe they're just Batista fans.
I think the WWE has definitely told them to do that because, like, why did they all do the thumb down thing? Look, everybody's doing it. Like, if you're on Thunderdome, you're for sure being told to go like this when something you don't like happens. Yes.
I like to imagine if you agree to be on Thunderdome, that means you agree to have an earpiece. And Vince is in your ear and every fan's ear. Put your fucking thumbs down, goddammit.
I would love
What do I have you on my show for?
Imagine.
You little bastard.
Imagine, like, you get the virtual Vince experience and he just yells at you the whole time. Vince just berates you.
If you try to take
What kind of fan
earpiece
are
off,
you?
you get shocked.
Yeah. What's the matter with you? Pathetic.
That'd be great.
Does Ray have like a permanent eye patch on his eyeball now because Seth took his eye out? Like, is that just always going to be on Ray's mask? Because I assume it's like some sort of mesh that he can see through, so he could just work the rest of his career pretending like he has one eye, right? I don't know how else. Maybe after a few months, Ray will just come back to normal and we'll forget about the eye thing, but I think he's probably going to work like that for a while, right?
He could, right? Like you said, and they never said that his eye was completely healed, so who knows how they're going to go with this. But I imagine eventually they're just going to say it's healed and he can wrestle fine.
Yeah.
Because he signed his contract, so everything's good now.
That's
he
right.
can have his eye back.
Ray's got some fancy looking shoes. I don't even know what those are. I think they might be off-whites or something. They look nice. Ray and Dominic have like really nice shoes. We have the same taste in shoes. I see some shit Dominic has. I'm like, ooh, I want those. And then I see other shit Dominic has. I'm like, I have those. Seth wins. Seth hits the stomp on Dominic. Gets the 1-2-3. Ray couldn't help. Dominic looks happy, though, and Ray, I think, is telling him that he's proud and it was really good and he did a really good job. And you know what? He didn't do a terrible job. He was all right. Like,
passable.
Do I believe in Dominic as a pro wrestler? No. Do I want to see him wrestle again? No. But, like, he did all right in this match with everything. Like, you know, they had weapons. They had Ray at ringside. They had his mom. They had Murphy. They had Seth Rollins, one of the best wrestlers in the company. Like, you had a lot for Dominic to succeed, and he did because it was set up this way. But like I said about Pat McAfee, you know, put Dominic in the ring with Baron Corbin and see if he can have a match. Put Dominic in there with The Miz and see what the fuck happens. Like, it's not going to be good. So, you know, Dominic did all right, but I don't think he's ready for the main roster, right?
Well, I at least give him another shot, though. I thought that match was definitely good enough that I'd like to see him again. Maybe he's not going to be weekly wrestling, but I'd like to see him another pay-per-view at least. Maybe next week at Payback.
Like in a tag match with his dad against Seth and Buddy.
Or even against, like, Garza and Andrade. That could be really good.
It could be. I don't know. I'm just not fully believing in Dominic. Like, okay, if he's in a match with Rey Mysterio as his partner and Garza and Andrade and it's limited and it's well planned, it might turn out all right. But, you know, as far as letting him loose on the main roster on his own to kind of forge his own path, I don't think so. Right?
Well,
put him in there against
I think
the
people
Miz.
Well, don't do that right away. That wouldn't be fun to watch.
Don't do that.
But I think he impressed a lot of people tonight, and I think people will want to see him wrestle again.
I think some people might, you know, but I don't need to see it. Like, if they said, oh, Dominic's never going to wrestle again, he's going to go do other things, he signed a movie contract, he's going to be in all the Marvels, I'd be like, yeah, okay, fine. That's fine, you know. But if you said, well, Kenny Omega's done, he's never going to wrestle again, I'd be like, no, you know. If you told me AJ Styles was done, I'd be like, what? I'm happy he's one of the Marvel characters, but I'm disappointed that he's not going to wrestle again. When if Dominic Mysterio leaves, it's like, yeah, okay, cool. It's like when Batista stopped wrestling and had a successful movie career. I wasn't like, oh, no, I wish Batista would come back. I don't care. I'm good with it. Uh-oh.
Oh, my goodness.
Somebody just burst in.
Like
Savage
Batista.
Man. What do you want? Get over here. Come here. Come here. Go around there. Go around the other way.
I think he wants food.
Uh-oh. No,
hungry.
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't touch that. Don't touch that. Come back. Okay, go there. Go. Keep going. Keep going. He almost like broke the whole camera down. He was gonna smash the camera.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's hot in here, eh?
Yeah. Oh.
Good God Almighty. Huh?
Oh, sorry, we got the headphones on.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Sorry.
Zev's mama was talking.
I can't hear.
Yo, Zev, get over here. My son's here. He wants to watch wrestling. You don't want to watch wrestling?
No.
What are you here for then?
He just wants food.
Oh, you're here for
He
those?
just wants to eat.
Okay, I'll give you a couple. But you got to sit here and be cute for the show.
Okay.
I'm going to use you to get views on YouTube.
I'm going.
That's why I had you.
Yeah.
You want one?
He knows what it's
Yeah,
all
you can
about.
have a couple. Okay. Here, take one.
Okay.
Yeah, he knows what's up. So it's Bailey versus Sasha Banks now. Sasha Banks versus Asuka. Who do you think is gonna win?
No.
Well, Sasha or Asuka?
Oscar.
Asuka. All right. What about
his predictions have been perfect so far, so I'd go with him.
Have his predictions been perfect?
Pretty much every pay-per-view he comes on, he always gets it right.
That is true.
Okay. Let's see your predictions for the rest of the show. How about Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton? Who's gonna win?
Google McIntyre.
What?
Google McIntyre.
Okay. Drew McIntyre. What else do we
I'm worried
have?
now.
Okay, Braun Strowman versus
Very
The Fiend.
worried.
Who's gonna win?
Braun Strowman.
He was like definite on that. Do the Braun Strowman.
Wow.
Now do your Otis impression.
Oh, yeah. Hey, my peak.
Hey, Ducky.
What is it?
Little peak.
Hey, my peach. You say ooh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How does Otis say ooh yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're just eating gummies, eh? It's a mouthful of gummies. All right. Wait. We
You
need
guys'
more
priorities.
predictions. Well, do we have other predictions that we need?
What's left?
I think that's it. Drew, Randy,
Fiend.
Sasha, Asuka, Fiend, and Braun, and that's it. Right?
Yeah.
So
That's
you
all.
think? So you
Pretty
have
much.
Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, and Asuka.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Otis gonna cash in?
Yeah.
He is,
Yeah.
and he's gonna win the title.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. All right, go
it could
with your
be.
mama. Take one more for the road.
Yeah, it could happen. Falls count
outta
anywhere.
here.
I could see it happen.
Climb under. Climb under. Duck. Crawl.
The underground escape tunnel.
As long as he doesn't hit his head.
No, he's good. Oh, disaster zone over here.
He's still making noise.
No, he's good. Yeah, that'd be good. Oh,
Yeah, that's Zev, everybody.
That was
was nice. Nice little jolt to the show.
little cameo during the commercial break, like during the
Yeah.
pause between matches too. He came in at a perfect
little
time.
entertainment.
Give us his predictions for the rest of the show.
Right.
He knows a lot about wrestling. Let me tell you. Oh yeah, nice fan being brought in. Yeah, you could just dump it down there. I'll plug it in. Thank you. God bless. It's a little hot in here in
Still
the
here,
studio.
Jeff.
Huh? You still hear him? He's in the background. He's running wild.
Yeah.
Ah.
He's had a Sour Patch Kid and he's feeling it.
Yeah.
Oh. He'll be up all night now. That's good.
I have a crash.
He'll be asleep before SummerSlam ends.
So will I. Oh, is that
Well, at
Sasha
this
Banks
rate-
on the screen? There's like a blue-haired lady on the screen.
Just an old lady. The old
At this rate, SummerSlam's probably going to end like 9:30, 10 actually, instead of 10:30.
That's what I said. It was gonna end at 9:30. Yo, turn that fan on down there. Yeah. Turn that shit on. I plugged it in.
Is there buttons?
Yeah, there's like a slide thing. I'm sending him to the underground. I got tunnels under the studio so that we could tunnel the drugs. I mean, tunnel the things. I don't have El Chapo style tunnels,
Oh, Chapo?
even though I do, pendejo. All right, Sasha Banks versus Asuka. I've got.
I listen to Chapo.
Who did I pick? I forget. I'm picking
I think you had
Asuka. I'm picking Asuka.
Oh, that's nice.
No one is ready for Asuka.
Oh, that's nice. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, that fan's
Ooh.
too much on you, not enough on me.
That's how I like it.
You didn't fucking rotate that shit properly.
I just turned it on. I didn't set up any kind
Actually,
of
I'm-
rotation.
You just moved it
I'm
a
wrong
bit.
though. Actually, you had Asuka to beat Bailey, not Sasha. Actually, I had
Yeah.
the other way around.
Oh, okay. So I have
Sweet.
Sasha to win then. Yeah, no, I have Sasha. Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant to say Sasha. Because I think they're both gonna retain tonight, and then they lose the tag belts next week. Hey, Bailey's
That's
jacket
right.
is like Daniel Bryan-esque. It's like the same color as Daniel Bryan. It kind of
Yeah.
looks like Daniel Bryan's old, like, the font on the Bailey is kind of like Daniel Bryan's old font. Her
Yeah.
jacket looks a lot like Daniel Bryan's old gear. Which, gimmick infringement, Bailey.
It's a tribute. It's an homage.
Look, there's only one Daniel Bryan. Only one person's allowed to wear the maroon. And that's my man D-Bry. But I guess he wears the Seahawks colors now, the green and the blue and the silver. That's D-Bry's new colors.
Football.
I like the maroon. But doesn't it look like an old Daniel Bryan jacket?
Yeah, like the yes era.
Yeah.
Or the shirt we got, the everyone taps sooner or later.
Yeah, well, that's it.
I love
It looks
that
like
shirt.
old Daniel Bryan stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
To be fair, he's not around, so anyone can take it now.
He cut a promo on SmackDown, John, talking about how AJ Styles is a bad Intercontinental Champion, and then he lost the Intercontinental Championship. So, Daniel Bryan's
Got a promo at his house, like
prophetic.
Wow.
Yeah, well, so what? You see that he's still important to the WWE. He's not on TV. He's not in the arena. He's at home with his new baby, and they still put him on SmackDown with a promo because that's how important he is to the company. Because he's Daniel fucking Bryan. He's the best wrestler in the world today.
They have Roman cut a promo?
Yeah, where's Roman? Fucking nowhere. Daniel Bryan, he's doing a promo. When's the last time you saw Sami Zayn do a promo? Never, because no one cares about Sami Zayn. It's all about Daniel Bryan. He's more important than Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns, and Hulk Hogan put together, okay? Didn't see Hulk Hogan do a promo. Ric Flair wasn't even supposed to do the promo that he did a few weeks ago.
That was a great promo.
It was a great promo, but Randy Orton said that Rick wasn't even supposed to talk, which is like, what? How did that happen? It was a pre-taped show. I mean, I guess they saw the promo and they were like, well, we can't cut this. This was good. This is the best thing we had on our whole show. And look, we didn't even write it. What a surprise.
Just goes to show, take liberties, do what you want.
Well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're Ric Flair, you can get away with it.
Yeah.
Because, like, what are they going to do to him? He's the biggest legend, one of the biggest, at least. And it's not like they can, bury the rest of his career because he doesn't have much of a career left. So, if you're Ric Flair and you have the opportunity, do it.
Ooh.
Oh! Sasha Banks with a rolling powerbomb off the apron to the floor on Asuka. Good God Almighty, that was a beautiful maneuver.
That was...
That
was... Wow.
This is what I'm talking about. This is wrestling. Like, I don't want to sit through Dominic Mysterio and Pat McAfee when there are real wrestlers out there that could actually wrestle and actually have good matches and really entertain me. Like, Dominic had a good effort, but Kevin Owens wasn't booked,
This isn't open mic night.
Well, that's it. Like, this is the WWE. This is the big show.
Where's the big show?
He's mostly retired. But there are people that are good and have worked very hard and deserve a spot, and they don't get a spot because other people, kind of show up and take those spots. And at least when it was Brock Lesnar, it made sense.
Or John Cena.
Yeah, at least when John Cena was
Rock.
showing up, or The Undertaker shows up every once in a while to take somebody's spot, it's like, well, it's Taker. He kind of earned it. But now it's like Dominic Mysterio and Pat McAfee, and you're like, what? Huh? I mean, I guess Lawrence Taylor did it too. He did main event to WrestleMania, so.
But Lawrence Taylor was like a successful football player.
But he was a very big star. Like, everybody knows Lawrence Taylor, Like, he was a big star. Pat McAfee is not the star that Lawrence Taylor is. And Dominic Mysterio certainly isn't.
Like, if Tom Brady had a match or something, it'd be like, okay.
Tom Brady could suck at wrestling, but I'd be like, yeah, I get it. It's Tom Brady. For sure, put him in the match. If he's willing to do it, yes, it's Tom Brady.
Makes
Peyton
sense.
Manning,
Yeah,
but not Peyton
Terrell
Manning's,
Davis.
Not Peyton Manning's kicker,
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, going back to that power bomb, it was the velocity of that power bomb, how fast that went. It was incredible. How they both went at pretty much the exact same time. It's not easy to pull off that kind of timing. It was very well done.
It was a sit-down powerbomb, too.
I was going to complain. I thought the match started off a little too spotty. It's like, they're just going to spot. But it paid off in the end, so, oh well.
This match is building.
Yeah.
Sasha's got Asuka draped against the ropes. Asuka gets up. Asuka's got Sasha up on her shoulders. What's she going to do? Oh! Face first. And then into, like, she does a big move, and then she transitions into, looks like an ankle lock A bit of a toe hold. Yeah, no, it's an ankle lock. It's a straight ankle lock from Asuka. See the fluidity of the moves from one move to another.
See her trying to hold up Sasha's leg with her thighs, trying to pin her.
Actually skilled professional wrestling. You know, this is what I want to see when I see wrestling. This is good. It's a good match. This is match of the night so far.
Yeah.
Sasha and Asuka have great chemistry together.
Yeah, they have good matches.
Well, I think a lot of people will say these might be the two best women wrestlers in the world today.
I mean, Charlotte hasn't wrestled as much lately, but she's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say they're both better than Charlotte. I think Nikki Cross is better than Charlotte, too. Oh! Nikki Cross is fucking good, okay?
Yeah, Nikki Cross
is criminally underrated. She's so fucking good. Asuka with a beautiful DDT off the second rope on Sasha. That was awesome. God damn. That was beautiful. What a move. Sasha took it perfectly, too. Fuck. These two are good. I mean, I've been a huge fan of Asuka's pretty much since she debuted. I've been like, oh my god, she's better than everybody else on the roster, men and women. And I like Sasha Banks too, but Sasha's impressing me here. Like, Sasha is on another level tonight. Sasha's always good, but she's killing it right now. Oof.
I find sometimes Sasha holds back because she knows she's wrestling someone who can't keep up with her kind of thing. But with Asuka, I feel like she's just kind of pushing all her limits.
Yeah. She knows she can go all the way, right? You can do everything with Asuka because Asuka's ready. Asuka's just
hit back.
Yeah, no matter what Sasha tries to do, Asuka's ready for it because Asuka can do it. Asuka can do it all. It's got to be a joy for somebody like Sasha to get in the ring with Asuka because it's like, wow, here's somebody that can really go with me.
Well, it's not just in the ring; it's the opportunity as well. It's this grand stage, it's SummerSlam. You know, it's a title match. It's to get that opportunity, which she wasn't getting before.
I feel like Bayley maybe should have wrestled somebody else. Like, that match was okay, but wasn't great, and now it's just like, well, Asuka has had long enough to recover from that match that this kind of feels like a fresh match. Like, you kind of forget that Bayley even wrestled Asuka, and I think it would have been nice to spread it around a little bit to have somebody else get a shot at SummerSlam, somebody else get a match. Naomi, Naomi beat Bayley on SmackDown. I would not have minded if Asuka was like, you know what, Naomi, you just beat Bayley, and I'm good wrestling Sasha. You take my shot against Bayley. You deserve it.
Aren't they like a tag team kind of, Asuka and Naomi? Weren't they?
I don't know, not really. But that'd be a nice babyface thing to do for Asuka. It wouldn't be bad. And then Naomi and Asuka could face Bayley and Sasha next week at Payback for the titles, But now, you just didn't give somebody else a shot here to work SummerSlam, and I would have liked for them to spread the love around a little bit. Because now, watching this, the Bayley-Asuka match feels like it was kind of pointless. Like, you didn't really need it, right?
I think it was just interesting to see that Asuka could have won both championships in one night. The fact that they pulled something like that, it's never been done before.
Yeah.
And if anyone was going to do it, Asuka could do it. So there was a bit of a believability in it happening.
Didn't Becky do it?
And that was one match, though. This is to do it in two different matches.
Okay.
Same night.
Yeah. Well, but
and just look at the rest. Well, she didn't do it, but look at the rest, though. Bayley's beaten everybody already. I mean, you could say the Naomi thing, but that came out of nowhere, just this past Friday. So it's really hard just to say that's going to be a pay-per-view match.
Yeah.
They haven't built anybody. That's the problem.
Well, they could have built it, a different way. They could have done something else. I don't have a problem with Asuka getting a bunch of opportunities. It just feels like you're sacrificing everybody else for Asuka's opportunities. Wow, that was fucking slick. Sasha had Asuka in the bank statement, and Asuka rolled out, reversed, and put her in the Asuka lock, like in one move. That was so nice. That's what I'm talking about. Real pro wrestling. This is a real pro wrestling match. Reversals, technical wrestling, big bumps, hard hits. Like they're covering all the bases. There's a good story being told. Oh, same move now. Oh, Bayley dodged. So they did the same thing like in the first match. Bayley goes up on the apron. Oh. Sasha was there standing in front. Sasha moves away, but Bayley dodges, didn't fall down like Sasha did. They tried to work the distraction finish to get Sasha to win. It didn't work like it did in the Bayley match. And Asuka caught her. Now Asuka catches Sasha in the Asuka lock. And Asuka gets her to tap. Asuka has won. Asuka wins. Asuka's the new Raw Women's Champion. Wow.
How about it?
It's good they gave her at least a title.
It was a good match.
Kind of short, but it was good for what it was.
That was a decent amount of time. It wasn't that short. I don't know. I think the title reign for Sasha was pretty short. Like,
classic Sasha.
When did she win that title? Yeah, doesn't Sasha never defend her belts? Isn't that a thing with Sasha?
I think she still hasn't, or maybe she only did it once.
Yeah, that actually does continue. You're right.
Right? Has Sasha never defended a title?
Yeah, because she kept losing it to Charlotte.
Her singles titles, she always loses, right? And this was her first defense, right?
Yeah,
correct.
I think so.
So she's never defended her title, ever. That's crazy.
Right.
What is that with Sasha? It's like a Sasha gimmick. She can't defend the title. Is that really... That's really true,
It's not a great
right?
gimmick.
She should be called the indefensible Sasha Banks.
It is not a great gimmick.
Ooh. Everyone's gone. Ooh, don't go there.
Oh, the people left.
You know, it's kind of cool to have something unique like that, but I wouldn't love to have that, that's for sure.
What do you mean? That many titles?
To have the whole thing, like, you can win a title, but you can never successfully defend it ever? That sucks, man.
Sasha seems mad at Bayley? Why? It's not Bayley's fault you lost.
There's some dysentery among the ranks.
What is that?
That's Christopher. It's dissension.
Yeah. Who said that? Christopher Moltisanti on Sopranos?
And they said to try to defeat the John. Create some dysentery among the ranks.
It's still got a tag team title match next week, so they aren't going to fall apart yet.
Seeds are planted. The way Sasha looks.
They planted since WrestleMania. They always plant seeds. They never go anywhere.
Never grow. Seeds. They're farming.
Yeah, Sasha beat Charlotte July 25th, 2016 to win the title, the Raw Women's title, WWE Women's title, and then she lost it to Charlotte 27 days later at SummerSlam. And then she
give Charlotte that big moment.
Then Sasha beat Charlotte on the October 3rd episode of Raw. And then lost it on October 30th at Hell in a Cell. Another 27-day title reign. That's crazy.
A botch finish, I
like
think.
She always... It always happens.
Did it happen with Alexa, too? Like, she beat Alexa and then lost to Alexa?
Yes. She beat Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam 2017. 8 days later, lost it to Bliss on Raw.
That makes sense.
She wins the title and she drops it immediately. That's the Sasha Banks story. Kind of weird.
It's always the Raw Women's title, too, by the way. It's not the SmackDown Women's title, it's the Raw.
Well, it was the WWE Women's title at one point, too. Just kind of overall champion. But, yeah, it's weird. It's a weird gimmick that they have with Sasha. But, yeah, she always loses the title in her first defense. And it continues tonight. We should have called that, John. We should have known, right? Should have seen that one coming. That has been a thing with Sasha that's been kind of out there. People have known about that, but... It's not, at the forefront of our minds when we're thinking about Sasha Banks. But something to remember for the next time she wins the title. See how long she can hold on to it.
Well, I did say Oscar was going to lose to Bailey and win this match, but I didn't know because of that. I forgot about that, though.
Okay.
I just thought Oscar didn't have a good reign. Oscar didn't have a good reign herself as well.
My son is correct, though. He's like, he gave 3 predictions before he
That's
left.
true.
He picked Asuka.
He did.
And he picked
Right.
Drew. And he picked Braun. So let's see.
That's too bad.
I'm telling you, he's a wrestling genius. Okay? He is a
Yeah.
genius.
I know. That's the sad part.
It's crazy how much he knows wrestling, and it's crazy how right he is about a lot of stuff. It's crazy the amount he knows and the amount of guys that he knows. Like the roster in his mind is so deep. It's so deep. Like, he knows so many guys and women. Like, just
And their music,
the
their
music,
taunts.
everything. Everything. He's obviously my son.
So it's the WWE title match now?
Yeah, looks like it. Well, it's the Fiend and
Huh.
Braun at the end with Alexa Bliss and everything. I feel like Braun probably loses the title, right?
I feel there's going to be a lot of shenanigans in that match. It's hard to say.
Yeah. Will it be
Because False Count
cinematic?
Anywhere.
Will it be a cinematic experience?
It won't be cinematic. Sorry, I got it.
Sopranos quotes.
I'm full of them.
Yeah. But, like, you know?
I like Randy's chances, though. It's not in the show. I could see Randy winning here.
Let's go, Randy.
I'd like to see Randy win.
Randy.
Go Randy. Always go Randy, right?
Somehow.
I love
some way.
Randy just pushing a fan. They still have that on tape. That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, that's from the Randy DVD of like Randy used to be a dick when he was younger.
He pushed a fan.
Yeah, he's like at some meet and greet, and there's like a camera, and like he's in the crowd, and he goes, "Hey." Ooh. Like,
remember when CM Punk like pushed a fan in the crowd
while cutting a promo with Vince?
Did he
Well, Vince
punch?
he punched a fan, and Vince was like watching him the whole time.
And Vince is like, "I see you, Punk." And then like you see like Vince sees that one time, he's like,
Yeah, so good. That was the best.
and then the show just ends.
Yeah, Vince is supposed to be cutting a promo like against Punk, and Punk like goes into the crowd, and then some guy attacks Punk in the crowd, and Punk like punches him and starts beating him up, and then Vince is like,
What are you doing, Phil?
So good. Wow.
That guy must have made a lot of money that night, though. They must have paid him a lot of money.
Did he sue?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Hey man, you attack CM Punk, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, I think that guy might just get kicked out and barred from the building. If
Don't
anything.
attack CM Punk unless you want to take a vicious beating, brother.
No, but the problem was that wasn't the guy who was hitting Punk. Punk hit the wrong guy.
That's right. Punk hit the wrong guy.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, there's like a guy right behind Punk, but like there's a guy reaching and slapping Punk's back, so Punk just went bam to like the guy right next to him.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. It was a mistaken guy. I don't know.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. Because, like, when a guy goes into a wrestling ring and, like, a wrestler, like, stomps the crap out of him and, like, maybe, like, say he, like, breaks his nose.
Yeah.
The wrestler isn't held liable for that.
No.
He's not responsible for that.
No.
Unless he, like, killed the guy.
Well, look, for the guy that got mistakenly attacked by CM Punk, I mean, how bad could it have hurt? I've seen CM Punk throw punches, and, like, really, not that bad.
Oh, short distance, like a backhand to your nose or something. Good.
I mean,
You're not expecting it?
I'd rather take it from Punk than, you know, a real UFC fighter.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on. Punk's not a great striker. He's not he's a great pro wrestler.
He still might fight, apparently, though. Apparently, like, he's
No.
still getting tested.
No.
Well, that's dumb. He should not fight. It's not a good idea. Unless he's going to fight, like...
Batista.
I don't even know. Like, I'm trying to come up with a name that would make sense for Punk.
It has to be a special attraction match. Like David Arquette or something like that. you
Yeah,
know?
like... Or another pro
Really?
wrestler who decides to go into MMA, you know.
Swagger.
You know, like Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk or something. Like,
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
something like that. But... No, Swagger's way too big for Punk.
Yeah.
Swagger, like, fights at heavyweight. Punk was a 170, so...
Kinda
Big difference.
Catchwood.
Big difference, brother. Speaking of MMA, shout out to Frankie Edgar getting the W last night. Fucking right. Go Frankie. The answer. Picking up a nice win, dropping a 135, beating Pedro Munoz, getting the decision last night in Vegas. Hell of a fight, man. Frankie looked good. I'm happy for Frankie Edgar. 38 years old, former lightweight champion of the world. That man is a fucking legend. I'm a big fan of Frankie Edgar, so I was happy to see him win last night. Go Frankie. If you're an MMA fan and you don't root for Frankie Edgar, I don't fucking understand you.
I love Frankie Edgar.
Exactly. Everybody who likes MMA loves Frankie Edgar. Like, who doesn't love Frankie Edgar? He's a fucking...
He's easy to root for.
Yeah, he's a guy that you root for.
Tom River, New Jersey.
Tom's River, baby. Johnny, you like Frankie Edgar, right? Everybody likes Frankie Edgar. Who doesn't like Frankie Edgar?
Gray Maynard.
Well, what helped is those fights actually with Greg. That's why you like Frankie, because he shows so much heart in those fights.
You say Greg? Why. Who's Greg?
Oh, is it Gray? Sorry,
Gray. That's all right.
Gray. Greg Maynard.
It was his fights against BJ when he beat BJ, like completely outclassed him.
I didn't think those were that great actually, though.
Oh, but he was just outclassing him. He was like.
What is this room that HB Shizzle is in? What room is this?
Travel through time?
Yeah, why is he in a room with like a globe and an old-timey cash machine?
Or radio? Or what is that?
What's he saying?
I don't know. He's in his childhood home in San Antonio, Texas.
Still alive, apparently.
Yeah, he takes the RKO and a punt kick from Randy Orton 6 days ago, and he's fine to cut a promo at SummerSlam. Big Show took the same thing like a month ago, and he's dead.
So
Christian also dead, but Shawn Michaels totally fine.
Of course.
Here comes Drew McIntyre, WWE champion. He's got swords, brother. Not real swords, just in his entrance video. Swords. Because I think a claymore is a sword.
It's a mine.
Oh, so what's with the swords?
I think.
Yeah, no, I think
it's just the name of the sword.
Claymore sword.
Oh
no, it is a type of a sword.
All right.
What type of sword is a claymore? It's the Scottish name. Can refer to either the long sword with a distinctive two-handed grip or the basket-hilted sword developing from rapier. Rapier?
Rapier.
Rapier?
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre, like, this guy's rapier than the other guy I've seen before? Rapier sounds a bit weird.
It's like how quick you are.
Basket-hilted sword developing from a rapier. The two-handed claymore is an early Scottish version of a greatsword. So Drew McIntyre's got like a rapier sword. It's like more rapey.
It's like thin too, I think, a rapier, but it's like they fence with?
I don't know.
Not much of a sword.
I don't know about rapier. It's the first time I heard this word and it seems wrong. I don't like it.
Doesn't mean what you think it means.
Seems
well,
like
Drew looks like he's in fantastic shape for this match, so maybe your son's right, unfortunately.
Hey.
Well, he's a smart boy.
Yeah.
Whoa, they've got fire coming from the people in the Thunderdome. Did you see that? They have video screens and fireballs shooting out of the video screens.
Not since WrestleMania 24 has that happened.
My God. Oh,
crazy.
Drew's talking and Randy's talking back to him. I like that talk. What's Randy saying? Do you see that NBA player who had he had something on his jersey, he said end racism or something, and then he hits a shot, and then you can see him yell at another player. He's like, bitch ass white boy. I'm like, oh God.
Wow.
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know. It's not the worst thing, you know. If it was,
you could really hear the trash talk now without the
If it was reversed, if it was a situation where it was reversed, it'd be really fucking bad. But, you know, I mean, I see that. I'm like, yeah, okay, it happens. But it's just funny because he's like, end racism now. And he's like, bitch-ass white boy. And it's like, oh.
There's a bit of irony there.
It's a little bit of irony. Not tons of irony, but a teensy-weensy bit. It's just funny. I saw that, on Twitter. I was like, oh, it's funny. I think Fred liked it, you know.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, you know. I don't know if it was Fred, but I don't want to blame Fred. But let's just say.
Let's just
say. Somebody like Fred.
I think Fred just likes things in sports that stands out. That's it.
That's right.
That's one way of looking at it.
He likes controversy.
Yeah.
Look, Fred is the best, okay? Yeah. Fred is the best. Shout out to Fred.
Hey.
Shout out to AJ.
Oh.
Shout out to the whole Ringside Report team.
I imagine Fred's probably watching this pay-per-view. He's somewhat of a WWE fan-ish.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard from Fred today. I don't see nothing.
I wonder what he thinks of this, actually. Because usually he's got a decent opinion about this. We all watched WrestleMania together, if you remember correctly.
Do you see what Dana White said about Oscar De La Hoya?
What?
Usually it's something horrible, so I imagine it's something horrible again.
So good. So good.
He
Dana
hates him, so I'm not surprised.
Okay, I'm gonna play this for you. I think. It's too
I
good.
bet. I can only imagine it's like one of the best things Dana said all year, because he loves to just like burn down Oscar any chance he gets.
Well, why not? De La Hoya is a weird guy.
Yeah, but like the things that he said, like I'm surprised like Oscar hasn't sued him for like slander. Like that's some really bad stuff that he said about him.
You can't sue somebody for slander if it's the truth, brother.
Expensive.
Hold on. Oh, here we go.
Finally, last one. I'm a good friend of yours, Oscar De La Hoya, has announced he's coming out of retirement to box again.
Good
I
friend.
just wondered if you had any.
Cocaine isn't cheap. It's expensive.
Oh,
Gotta make money.
Thanks, Dana.
Yep.
Wow.
Cocaine.
Oscar De La Hoya coming back from out of retirement. What do you say, Dana?
Cocaine isn't cheap.
Cocaine isn't cheap.
It's expensive.
He knows.
Make money.
Thanks, Dana.
Yep.
Finally, last one. Box again.
That's the best.
I just wondered if you had any.
Cocaine isn't cheap. It's expensive. Gotta make money.
yeah, but that reporter was like egging him on too, though. Like your friend, like
Yeah.
those are not friends.
It's funny.
That sounds like a guy who knows a lot about cocaine purchases.
Dana lives in Vegas. He understands the game. Dana knows what's up. The Raptors scored
I'm
150 points tonight?
The hell?
What?
Wow.
How do you score that much in playoff basketball?
They sweep Brooklyn. The Raptors have won. They scored 150 points tonight. What?
All right.
What?
I thought they were a good team last year. I guess they're even better this year. Wow.
That's insane. Wow. Go Raptors.
I suppose.
Johnny the North. I mean, we the North? Whatever.
We the Johnny North.
Johnny the North. All right.
I like the cheery North, like you had the T-shirt. That was nice.
Cheer the North.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good.
I like that one. I got it from a Cheerios box. That's right, baby. 150 to 122. Raptors won tonight.
Jesus, that's a high-scoring game.
Ibaka with 27 points, 15 rebounds. Jesus. 150
The
points.
Clippers Mavericks score.
Yeah, Jesus.
How's this getting so high?
Well, that's in overtime.
Oh.
That's not regulation. Mavericks beat the Clippers 135-133.
So-
Why are we giving basketball scores right now?
Oh, they seem unusually high.
Boston won their series too. They eliminated the 76ers, sweeping them tonight, I think. I just saw that on Twitter that the Raptors scored 150 points, and I was like, what? They what now?
It's like basketball more than any other sport, where it's like, oh, this team is higher seed than this team, and they like handily beat them. Like hockey, it's like, oh, the 8th seed beat the 1 seed. They swept them. How'd that happen? Baseball, it's like, oh, the wild card team goes to the World Series. Oh, what's crazy? But like basketball, it's like, oh, this team is number 2, and they like destroy everybody. You know?
Yeah,
It's like more like that. It's weird.
it's more logical.
Yes.
What should happen does happen.
It's a more clinical way of scoring points. It's not as dynamic.
I think Dana White has taken over the cocaine quote. It's no longer cocaine is a hell of a drug. It's cocaine's expensive. You got to make money. That's the best. Cocaine's expensive. Dana White also killing it last night at the press conference. He said Tony Ferguson's going to fight Dustin Poirier next. And I was like, fuck yeah. That's a fight, baby. I mean, what? What? Give me that. Oh, Randy's in control of this match, man. Slow, methodical Randy Orton pace. Throwing Drew into the announce table. Throwing Drew into the ring post. Throwing Drew back into the announce table. Oh, now he's lifting the announce table stuff. Pushing the monitors out of the way. Randy's setting up the announce table to attempt to put Drew through it. Oh, Randy does the classic back suplex on Drew McIntyre on the table, and it doesn't break. Randy is like the king of throwing you on the table and not breaking it. It's really weird.
His RKO's don't break the table either.
Yeah, nothing he does breaks a table. He hits you with like such little force that
he
nothing
is
breaks.
the table.
And he's like a big guy. You'd think his weight alone would smash through a table, but for some reason, Randy never breaks a table. Did he just do that move on Drew again?
Mm-hmm.
He just dumped him on the table again. I don't think he's trying to break the table, but it's just like, even if he was, he couldn't. It's weird. Right, John? Why can't Randy break a table?
I think he just doesn't want to break a table. I mean, if he wanted to, he could, right? Just keep trying over and over again. But,
yeah, but you've seen him struggle, like, in the past, with breaking a table.
Oh, yeah,
like,
he's given up, though. He doesn't try anymore.
Yeah, he's given up trying to break that thing. Just something about Randy. He's not good at it.
That was pretty nice.
Yeah, he suplexed Drew off the announce table
I was
onto
going
the
to go
floor.
for a DDT, but he did the suplex instead.
Short little suplex. I mean, wasn't the worst bump,
It's not bad.
Well, we didn't expect this to be the greatest match on the show. It was just the finish that we cared about. So
Randy
we shouldn't
and Drew,
expect this to be amazing.
they're dressed exactly the same. Black trunks, like kind of like fake leather black trunks, fake leather black knee pads, boots, black boots, black wrist tape on both of them. Like they could be a tag team. They're dressed exactly the same. Like, couldn't Drew wear a different color tonight? Couldn't Randy wear a different color tonight? Couldn't Randy wear his red trunks or something? Blue trunks? Did they have to dress identical for this match? Like, it's bad enough that Drew is just a long-haired, bearded Scottish version of Randy. They look the same. They're the same height. They have the same build. Randy has tattoos. Drew has chest hair. Other than that, if you cut off their heads, they'd be the same guy. You know what I mean? They look so much goddamn like the same, and now they dress the same.
Say, you want ice cream cone?
Both of them say yes.
It's funny in wrestling, they used to not let you do that. Like, you couldn't have the same color as your opponent, but now they don't seem to care.
Nope. No one cares. Do whatever you want. Oh, Randy raking the lace of his boots onto Drew McIntyre's face. What a dastardly son of a bitch. Luckily for Drew, he has the same boots, so he could do the same move to Randy. Literally the same boots. Like, if they're not the same boots, goddamn do they look exactly the same.
Seriously.
Like, they might be the exact same boots. They're the same length.
They have the little thing, like, up here.
Yeah, I think they have the same boots. Like, couldn't they, like, look at each other before the match and be like, we look a little similar here?
I don't think Randy cares.
I see JJ Mondesi says Drew should wear Scottish plaid. Like, couldn't he have a little tartan going on? A little tartan?
Yeah.
Something? That'd be nice. I don't know. A little tartan never hurt nobody. Unless it did. I'm unaware of some historical thing. I don't know. You're good at histories. I don't know.
Not too much on European history.
All right.
It's not really my...
All right, good.
Not my forte.
Okay. How you doing, John? You good?
Well, this is a very slow match, as we all
America.
expected.
Renuncia America?
What?
Look, no,
Pinera.
Pinera. Renuncia Pinera.
Pinera.
Who's Pinera?
Why must we renounce them?
Why are we... Somebody has a sign. Sebastian Pinera, president of Chile?
Oh, down with Pinera.
Why are we renunciating Pinera?
Are there protests? Oh, there are protests in Chile. I think. There have been long-standing protests.
Somebody on the show had a sign that said Renuncia Pinera. That's the first sign that I have seen on this show. Somebody is
political.
Chilean and had the hashtag Renuncia Pinera. And I just Googled that. And apparently, I'm seeing the hashtag Renuncia Pinera, and I'll read you some of the tweets. Traidor a Chile. Renuncia Pinera. Todas las ratas huelen igual y Piñera es una rata. Este par de criminales deben terminar en la cárcel. That means the jail. Cárcel is jail. I understand a lot of Spanish. I'm actually understanding Este par de criminales deben terminar en la cárcel. That means he's a criminal and he should finish in the jail. He should end up in jail. My Spanish is pretty fucking good. I surprise myself sometimes. I read Spanish and I'm like, I fully understood what's going on. I hear Spanish and I'm like, yeah, I understood that. I don't need the subtitles. My Spanish is shockingly good, and it's weird because I'm not Spanish. I don't really. I mean, I have no reason to speak Spanish as well as I do. Like, it doesn't really make sense that my Spanish is as good as it is, because like I've not been to any of these countries. I took 2 semesters of Spanish in CJEP, which is like halfway between high school and university.
You don't have any friends that speak, primarily Spanish?
No, I'm not like a part of a Hispanic community or anything.
Yeah,
it's just my better half speaks Spanish pretty well, but she's not Spanish. She's good at speaking languages, and sometimes we speak a little Spanish together. And sometimes we speak Spanish in front of you, and you're like, what the hell's going on? You're like, why do you speak Spanish? What's going on here? It's like I have an SAP button on me that I could just flip on at any point. It's really weird. Like, would you like to watch Wrestling Uncensored en Español? Hola. Soy David Simón. Es el Lucha Uncensored. Lucha Uncensored. Juani North. El Contador.
Who am I?
I think you should explain what the sign was, because people didn't see that.
¿Qué?
That somebody like on their sign did that. Like, you should maybe explain that.
Sí. En el screenas de video, una persona hay un signo de renuncia Piñera.
El presidente de Chile.
El presidente de Chile es un criminal y es un pendejo. Es un pendejo también. Yo soy.
Now they're black screen now,
Wrestling Uncensored. Siempre.
I guess Vince supports Piñera.
How do you say then, now, forever? Hasta ahora, siempre. Randy Orton y Drew McIntyre. I'm doing the Spanish commentary now.
Oh,
just
call
fantastic.
Me
Carlos Cabrera.
Soy Hugo Savinovich. Spanish Jew. Savinovich. I mean, I assumed he was Jewish. I don't know.
But it's crazy. You can get fined for something like that. That guy could get fined for posting that sign, though.
Really? What do you mean fined?
From who? By
Apparently, you can get fined if you post anything obscure that's not supposed to be like within WWE protocol.
WWE's gonna fine their own fans. They're gonna make. How is WWE gonna enforce that?
Yeah.
If WWE
I have
says
no idea.
you owe us money because you put a sign up on the Thunderdome that you weren't supposed to put, I'd be like, yeah, well, fuck you. I'm not giving you the money. What are you gonna do?
Sue?
What are you gonna do? Antes, ahora, y siempre. That's what I said, right?
Well, this is a very slow match, I must say.
Yo, JJ
So I'm glad you
Mondesi's
found
giving
some
me that
entertainment here.
Spanish. Sign is letrero. Screen is pantalla. Thank you, JJ. I assume you speak way better Spanish than I do. My understanding of Spanish, like my comprehension, is way better than my speaking. I can't find the words, but when I see people speak, yeah, there's a few words I don't know, but I get exactly what they're talking about. I get the point. I watch a lot of Narcos.
I don't know where. I don't know where,
you watch enough shows in Spanish with the Spanish subtitles, you learn, It's like, oh, okay, when he says this, it means this, because you're learning. You read it in English, and it's always translated. You figure it out. Plus, if you already have, a knowledge base.
And that's a similar sentence structure to French?
Yeah, it's basically French. It's basically, snazzy French, and I speak French, so that's fine.
It's a few more accents.
Yeah. Spanish is basically French. And Italian is also basically French and Spanish. Spanish, French, and Italian are roughly the same language. There are differences, but if you speak one of them, you can kind of figure out the other two. Right?
So.
I mean, I don't speak
Where did
Italian.
Drew get busted open?
I don't know. Maybe on one of the Randy punches.
Yeah, like a stomp.
Drew's busted open on his head a little bit, but it's not like, I wouldn't say busted open. Like he's cut a bit. Is Randy cut too? I think they cut. I think they cut themselves on punches, like to the head. They were exchanging punches, and I feel like Randy is cut a little bit too. Right? Randy's cut on his head, right in the middle of his forehead there.
It's been a hard way.
Yeah, I think Randy just got punched, and I think Drew got punched too. I think they just punched each other. And they cut each other open, which is cool.
Oh, it's real. It's good.
Yeah, it is real. This match has been,
okay.
Yeah.
Kind of slow.
That's what I'm saying. A little slow. But it's Drew and Randy. Like, they both have a very slow style.
Mm-hmm.
So together, it's gonna be slow. And Drew just hit him with like a DDT thing, like a double arm DDT, but he sat down into it.
That's old finisher.
Well, that's his future shock. Yeah.
Oh,
Future shock.
I mean, I've never cared enough about Drew McIntyre to learn his old finishers. You know, Drew McIntyre's never been a guy I was like, this guy's gonna be something. Even when Vince said he was the future, I was like, no, I don't think so, Vince.
Or if he was going to be something, it was like, oh, this guy's going to be something now? Like, God damn it.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. It's like, oh, Wade Barrett.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll have to get used to this guy.
When's Wade Barrett going to come back and be WWE champion?
Ugh.
Like, it could happen.
And, like, he comes back and I was like, hey, remember Wade Barrett?
Oh, he's so good. Look how big he is.
Nexus.
He was really fucking big, though.
You know, one of the greatest groups of all time.
Wade Barrett, like, was legit 6'6", maybe 6'7".
He was pretty big.
He was really big.
But he was boring.
Super boring. Super
I'm
boring.
really glad he's gone.
They pushed him really hard, and look where he is
so
now.
hard.
He doesn't even wrestle.
No, he's like a commentator. Kinda.
Randy hit his power slam. The Randy power slam.
Rand slam.
I always found Bad News Barrett was the best Wade Barrett.
It wasn't even that good.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. That gimmick fucking sucked too, John.
I remember, like, it kind of started to take on a bit of heat. And then, like, Triple H was cutting a promo. He's like, hey, I love bad news. Hey, bad news. And then, like, it just, like, it took all the heat away. Like, Triple H just, like...
Yeah.
He's like, hey, bad news is cool, eh? And
like
then,
when...
no one thought it was cool anymore.
Like when everybody was like, oh, Fandango's cool. Everybody likes that dance. And then Stephanie did it, and it was like, no, there goes Fandango. That's the end of the Fandango dance being fun to do.
Pretty much.
Stephanie did it, and it was like, oh, it's not cool
And I remember
anymore.
Jerry Lawler cut a promo, goes like, everyone's doing this new dance craze.
Yeah.
They call it Fandango Week. And then they showed, like, a video package.
Yeah, WWE has to, like, pretend, even, like, when they're pushing things, they got to pretend like they're, like, not everybody in the company is, like, tripping over themselves to push it to the moon, because, like, they just overkill things really fast, because it's like, oh, okay, you want us to like this? Well, we don't like it.
Yeah.
You know?
Take out... Like,
Wrestling fans...
They could have done that to Yes, and they kind of did in a certain extent.
Yeah, they kind of did.
Yeah.
Wrestling fans, I think, for the most part, are rebellious.
Yeah.
You know? Like, Stone Cold Steve Austin got over because he was an anti-hero, and people were like, fuck yeah. Hulk Hogan was in it for himself, and people were like, yes, we like this guy. I think wrestling fans like to rebel, and when the machine tells you to like something, even if it's great, we reject it. You know?
Yeah.
Even if it's really good, wrestling fans will be like, well, no, because you want us to like this. We're going to like this other thing because you don't want us to like that. And that's what we like. I think wrestling fans like to rebel, especially against the wrestling company that they're watching. I mean, especially if that company's WWE. AEW fans don't have that. AEW fans are willing to accept whatever bullshit AEW throws at you. And they're like, yeah, we love you, AEW. You're so great. They don't want to rebel at all,
It's
right?
It's like WWE is like their dad.
Yeah, and AEW is
And like they
cool.
grew up with it. And it's like, all right, you know, whatever, dad. And AEW is like their new girlfriend.
Or like
and they want to be like, everything you do is awesome.
Yeah. WWE's
We've been dating
dad.
for a month and it's
AEW,
amazing.
cool older brother.
Okay, fine. I was thinking like a new relationship.
Cool older brother. I like that
exciting
analogy because that's me, baby. I'm a cool older brother.
Yeah, you're a cool older brother.
I don't do new relationships either.
No.
With anybody, all right? If you want to be my friend,
So
too
Randy
late. Too
looks like
late.
he's
Windows
bleeding
closed.
The
more.
window is closed. What?
Randy looks like he's bleeding more. It seems. Drew less.
Yeah, Drew's cut was a little cut, and Randy's cut happened more recently. Like both of them weren't cut that bad, but Randy's cut was more recent, and it's dripping a little bit more. It's in a more sweaty spot in his head. Drew's cut was like a little bit on the eye. Randy's cut is like right at the forehead. It's a perfect spot.
Yeah, the Ric Flair.
Oh, Randy went for a running thing, but Drew picked him up and power bombed him like a pop-up power bomb.
There's a guy with the American flag in the background.
I don't know.
I'm trying to watch the fans. Trying to pick out the weirdos.
I mean,
There's a Pikachu somewhere.
Yeah, there's a Pikachu. You know, I'm kind of surprised the guy with like the light green smiley face doesn't have the same spot he always does on the screen.
yeah, and the guy with the long hair with his mom. How come they're not?
Yeah, how
front
come
row?
they didn't give him? And then Raw's sign guy, you know, like why didn't they give them a thing?
Oh, Drew with the backslide.
Zev!
My God, my son is a wrestling genius. Drew with the backslide gets the win on Randy Orton.
Oh my goodness.
1, 2, 3, middle of the ring. He just beat him with a backslide to retain the WWE
Such a
Championship.
genius, that boy.
And my son is 2-0 on his
Take
wrestling
that, John.
predictions. How does he know this?
Wow.
He's like,
He's got the instincts.
He's a
got
genius.
he analyzes.
if
He watches.
If Braun Strowman wins now, like shit. Wow.
But there's gonna be shenanigans though in that match. Though I
Yeah.
mean, Braun might win, but Otis might cash in anyways.
Otis.
I think didn't my son predict?
did. Yes, he
said.
did.
He said Braun's winning, but Otis is cashing in.
he did say that.
He did
Oh,
say
there
that.
you go.
Did say that.
That's a prediction, so that's what I'm going with now too.
yeah.
I'm gonna have him make all my UFC bets too. I'm gonna be like this guy or this guy. I'm gonna be like Homer when he asked Lisa who to bet on with football.
That's true.
Except I'll actually enjoy spending time with my child, unlike Homer Simpson, that terrible fucking father. You fuck Homer.
It's true.
What a dick he was in that episode.
It's
eh?
sad when he tells Lisa like, "Oh, well, football
Actually,
season will be
Homer's
like next year."
amazing.
In that
No.
episode?
Like he
No.
put a,
He's
he put a crayon.
awful.
He put a crayon in his nose.
That's a different
To help
episode,
his
John.
mother.
Different episode.
We're talking about season 3, episode like 7, Lisa the Greek.
Yeah.
It's a classic episode,
Yeah.
but it's
Homer
misguided parenting. by
Homer only wants to hang out with Lisa because she's getting all the football picks correctly, but then when it's like the Super Bowl,
the week after he's gonna go bowling with Barney.
he's gonna go bowling, and it's not gonna be daddy-daughter day anymore because like there's no football anymore, and the only reason he's really hanging out with his daughter is because she's winning him money at football, and then when football season's over, he stops hanging out with his kid. That's shitty parenting, okay? That's shitty parenting, Homer Simpson. How fucking dare you? That was bad. I mean, Homer is not a great parent. He also strangled his son like a lot.
Many occasions.
Like the like parenting, Homer is a really bad father, like really bad. You know, I once saw a meme that was like Bobby Hill going up
Yes.
to Hank,
oh,
and
it was a comic strip.
was it?
I saw one where it's like Bart and the son from Family Guy. They're
Yeah.
like together. They're
like
they're
Bart-
married and
Bart-
they're having relationship issues that stem from their parental issues with their fathers.
And then Bobby goes to his
Hank and says,
he's
"Thank
like,
you."
Thank you. You were such a good dad. It's true. Hank Hill, greatest cartoon dad ever.
I like Bob Belcher.
Bob Belcher's actually a pretty good dad.
He's a great dad, too.
That's true. Bob is a good dad. Hank was a pretty good dad, although, you know, he wasn't always that understanding.
Bob's Burgers
with Bobby.
is like co-created by one of the writers from King of the Hill, Jim Dotrieve.
I love Dotrieve.
There you go.
William
Fontaine.
Delafontaine Delatour Dotrieve.
That's right. He speaks French very well.
That's right. Mais oui.
Autisme.
I love when Hank goes. Bobby's talking about soccer, and he's like, Dad, you don't have to hate what you don't understand. And Hank goes, I don't hate you, Bobby. And Bobby's like, no, I'm talking about soccer. That's so good. Yeah, but Homer, bad father, strangled Bart a lot. Didn't really give a shit about Lisa or Maggie.
Didn't even know Maggie existed.
Yeah, didn't know Maggie existed. Bad father all around.
Yeah.
Once in a while he turns it around, but for the most part he's a lousy
bad
drunk.
husband too.
Lousy drunk, bad husband.
I know. Great to watch, but yeah, not a role model.
Hank, great father, great husband,
Kind of good husband.
great, a decent husband. Actually, probably not
Doesn't
a great
really
husband.
pay attention to Peggy.
But he pays attention to Peggy in his own way. He's just repressed, you know?
Yeah.
It's not his fault. Cotton was his dad, you know?
I like the idea that there's a theory that Hank has Asperger's syndrome.
It's possible.
Because, like, one of the symptoms, like, you're really fixated on, like, one thing. It's like your thing, like propane. Like, is his thing. Like, he just, everything has to be around propane for him to feel comfortable.
Huh.
And, like, it's, like, a lot of social anxiety and uncomfortable around like, social situations and things. So he might just be undiagnosed with Asperger's.
Interesting. Theories. I love theories on TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
That like come out 20 years after the last episode ended and people are still thinking about these things, like they have theories.
New Sopranos theories every day.
I know, I love it. I love that shit. It's great.
The Russ Fagoli theory.
That's
I love
amazing.
That. I think that's true.
Okay, let's get into it, okay? Because
yeah, we gotta might as well. It's commercials.
Yeah, it's commercials. Randy has lost to Drew McIntyre. Drew won with a backslide. I thought the match was okay. Not the match of the night.
No.
But, it was decent, and Drew's still the champion. It was fine.
Only one title change so far.
So, Sopranos, okay?
Yes.
John, bear with us, okay? Because we're going to go deep Sopranos here.
Deep.
Okay? So, there is...
Okay.
If you're a Sopranos fan, you're going to love this. If you're not a Sopranos fan, don't worry. This will only last a couple minutes until we get to the next match here. So...
This is new theory.
Paulie Gualtieri, right? Paulie Walnuts. He doesn't know who his father is. And we find out at a certain point that his mother, Marianucci, is not his mother.
Mm-hmm.
And his mother is his aunt, who is a nun.
Yeah,
okay?
It's like the beginning of season 6 when Tony's in the hospital.
So we find out his mother is a nun. So he doesn't know who his father is now, and he knows who his mother is, but his mother isn't who he thought it was his whole life, and he definitely doesn't know who his father is. And he asks his aunt, who's actually his birth mother, who's my father? And she's like, oh, he was a military guy. I think he was in the Navy.
Named Russ.
He was in the Navy. His name was Russ, okay? So, Paulie's like, I don't even know who I am anymore. My dad, I don't even know who he is. Russ something, I don't even know, right?
Yeah.
And then there's another guy called Russ Fagoli.
Who's a friend of Carmella's father.
Who's a friend of Carmella's father, who is at the party.
From the military.
He was in the military, right?
Together.
I think maybe the Navy.
Yeah, and Hugh, Carmella's father, tells an anecdote where he got a case of the crabs. He was called the governor of Maryland, so he got around.
Yes. He was definitely a guy who liked the ladies. He got a case of the crabs at one point when he was in the military, and he was in this area in New Jersey, and his name is Russ, and he's Italian, and he was around the same area, the same neighborhood, knew a lot of the same guys. He was good friends with Carmela Soprano's father, and he's at the party for Carmela Soprano's birthday party.
Whose birthday?
Yeah, Hugh.
Yeah, Carmela's father.
Hugh DeAngelis, his birthday party. Russ Fagoli is invited, and he's like a big guest, and he's like a big to-do guy, and they make a big deal about Russ Fagoli. So there's a theory now that Russ Fagoli is Paulie Gualtieri's father.
There's another detail. There's a detail because Russ is revealed that he's allergic to tomatoes.
Right.
And he says it's because it's a side effect of the radiation for my prostate, because he had like prostate cancer.
Oh.
And Paulie is asked to give a biopsy for potential prostate cancer, and he's asked, does he have history in his family? And he's like, I don't know.
But he does. And he does have prostate cancer. He does get prostate cancer.
He does.
So his maybe father had a prostate cancer issue, and Paulie also has prostate cancer.
And Russ Fagoli's career was a foreign diplomat, so it's saying why he wasn't in New Jersey, so Paulie could never find out. Because it's like he was in the Vatican and stuff,
Yeah. And the Vatican, he was in the Vatican. He had an audience with the Pope, and of course he knocked up a nun.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So, like, it all lines up. It all comes together. And this is a recent theory of The Sopranos that you told me like a couple weeks ago. And this is somebody just came up with this. And I'm just like, oh, fuck. It all checks out. I think Russ Fagoli is Paulie's fucking father. So, I mean, just that, like, fucking blew my mind. I love that shit. And, like, I go deep on Sopranos.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to do a Sopranos podcast one point. Like,
I think we should.
I know The Sopranos as well as I know pro wrestling, which tells you how much I know The Sopranos. You know, like, you guys know how much I know professional wrestling and how deep we go there. You know, watching pro wrestling for over 30 years. But Sopranos, I've seen all the episodes many, many, many times. And I've thought about doing a Sopranos podcast. The only problem is, like, there are so many now. Like, everybody's doing one.
But you could do one.
You know, I mean, Christopher and Bobby have one, and you see every jabroni.
Every
out
Tom,
there.
Dick, and Harry.
Yeah, everybody's got one of like a Sopranos podcast, because Sopranos, for some reason, during pandemic,
It's
everybody
back.
everybody who hasn't seen it like is tuning into Sopranos, and it's like the trendy thing.
It's weird.
I want to do a podcast on another show that's not that trendy, that's just as good as the Sopranos, if not better. And I think it's going to start soon. And I almost don't want to say it right now because I don't want to give it away. But when I tell you, you're going to be like, yes, we should totally fucking do that. Should I give it away?
I'm trying to think. Is it an HBO show?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I mean, there aren't many of those or any. There's like
I don't think there's any. I think the HBO has one.
Yeah.
But like the show is so good. And I've now watched Succession. Okay, I'm talking about Succession. I've now watched Succession like 5 or 6 times over.
I've seen it like 3 times.
I've seen it a bunch,
3, 4
and the
times.
more I watch it, I'm like, oh, this I want to talk about. This I want to talk about. Like Roman at the wedding when he's like, you know, I would say
a borderline personality
with
or?
Tom joining the family. I would say I'm feeling. I would say I feel like I'm gaining a brother, but I'm not. And I would say like I'm losing a sister, but I don't feel that. In fact, I don't feel anything. It's a mental disorder. It's called borderline personality.
I don't know why you're laughing.
I don't know
right
why
now.
you're laughing. And it's like,
serious.
he's fucking dead
The scene
serious
just ends.
there.
The scene just
ends. It's so good. Like, that show's so deep. It's so good. And honestly, there are theories that I have. There are things, I feel like it's just as good as Sopranos, if not better. Okay? That's how good Succession is.
It's pretty good.
And it's like not that big right now. Like
It's second season is a pretty breakthrough.
But
yeah.
it's nowhere near where it will be in like 10 years.
Let's
like
hope,
in 10 years,
let's hope so. I don't know if it'll be,
if it comes back because of pandemic.
If it has a long longevity.
Well, if Succession has 3 more seasons, it's a wrap. It's going to be one of the best shows of all time.
Yeah.
Like, people will be like, yeah, Succession is probably the best show ever made.
I read a breakdown, like a countdown. Some magazine did like all HBO original series, like counted down. Sopranos was number 1, of course. But Succession was like number 8 already.
Yeah, I'm telling you, another 2 seasons of Succession, it's number 1. Like, for me, watching it,
It's fucking good.
like, you compare the first 2 seasons of Succession to the first 2 seasons of Sopranos or the first 2 seasons of The Wire, and it fucking holds up, man. Like, it's just as good.
Yeah.
It's just
Great
as good.
cast of characters.
If not better.
Every background character fits.
First 2 seasons of Sopranos are really good, but fuck, Succession's good. So, if I do another
What's the
podcast,
name?
it'll be a Succession podcast.
I mean, the obvious name is Fuck Off.
Fuck off. Fuck off. You can't call a podcast Fuck Off, though. Hell yeah. My favorite Greg line is when he goes to Kendall and he's like, well, congratulations. I just want to wish you luck. And I just want to say I have some documents, so you might want to
Be nice to
be nice to me, to a person like
Greg,
that.
the
And Kendall's
motherfucking
like,
egg.
Greg, the motherfucking egg. I see you, and I like it. And then Greg turns around and he's like, hell yeah. It's so good. God damn, that show's good. John, you haven't seen Succession, eh?
You should.
You'd like it. It's really
I haven't
good.
seen it, but I was really happy this past week. I think Fred said he started watching Sons of Anarchy. I've always pushed that show a lot. People have been watching that, so I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
feel
great
like
show.
Succession is on another level. I feel like it's a different style a little bit. I don't know.
Well, it's completely different style.
Well, yeah.
But,
it also blends the comedy and the drama really well, like Sopranos.
Oh, it's so good.
Like he could have a really funny moment and then a really serious moment exactly right after.
I just want season 3.
I gotta
go
go in for a podcast title. Family Therapy.
Yeah.
Family Therapy.
How about Wasp Nest
At the Fuck Show?
or Sad Sack Wasp Trap?
Yeah. That's the awards show. The
yes.
Roy Wrecking Ball.
Yes.
The
The
Wrecking
Sad
Ball?
Sack Wasp Trap. That's not bad.
That's
There's a
not
lot
funny.
of like little lines like that. Funky Chowder. You know, there's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good little lines in that show. It's so well written. If WWE could have like half the clever
come
shit
on.
that Succession did, it'd be so good. Imagine how good WWE would be if it had the writing of a
I
Succession.
mean, they try to do the camera work.
Yeah, except
The zoom
not
ins and stuff.
quite. Here's The Fiend. The Fiend is out. Finally, we have another match. Like, I feel like we've been talking about Succession longer than I planned, but
If Jesse Armstrong wrote wrestling,
I mean, fuck, it'd be so
it'd be
good.
so weird.
I mean, it would be like very sweary. They'd have to swear a lot more.
Yeah.
You know?
It'd be great. Like, Vince is Logan Roy, or Logan Roy is Vince.
Yes.
And Kendall and like a
Triple
Shane,
H.
or no, Whamsgams. Triple H is Whamsgams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Steph is Shiv.
Yeah. Very much.
Kendall is Shane. You know, kind of
A little bit.
the son who you think is going to take over, but never quite does. There always seems like there's a tension there.
Kendall
with his father.
has a stutter.
Yeah.
Kendall has a stutter. Like, we'll get there. The podcast is coming. I'm telling you. There's shit I have to talk. Because, like, there's a thing where he's like, get it out. He's like, you can't even say the words. And Kendall's, like, stuttering. He has a stutter. It's, like, a thing. And Logan, his father, like, shits on him for it. Because he's
like,
fucking evil.
Raw Underground is, like, a very Kendall Roy idea.
Yeah.
Like, I imagine
Stupid.
Shane sits in a business meeting with his sneakers. And he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, bro. Like, just, what's up? You know, like
Yeah.
Kendall. Trying to
So,
be cool.
like, we just need to do some cool shit. Like,
Yeah,
Raw,
change the
like,
paradigm.
Raw Underground, you know, like it'll be like Fight Club and it'll be cool and it'll be like MMA and like I'll be there and I'm cool because I'm Shane and like I got these cool sneakers.
Yeah,
Just
like
Kendall.
Kendall with the fucking sneakers.
Jordans are great, actually.
Yeah. But
yeah, okay, John. Jordans
yeah,
are cool.
He is Kendall.
Jordans are cool for 50-year-old men who have like very
Billions
little
of dollars.
style and a lot of money. You know, Jordans are cool for guys that don't have style and are just like, well, I have this money and these seem to appeal to me and my sense of fashion, so
And they're only $120,000.
yeah,
I couldn't
Shane's
say no.
sneaker collection is cool if you're like the son of a billionaire in Manhattan, you know, which is like
Kendall
okay.
Roy.
Yeah, like Kendall Roy. It's funny.
I think there's a lot of that. I think there's a lot of that based on the McMahons.
Here's Braun Strowman. He's coming out. He's got a new vest. He had like a tan vest that he was wearing.
Yeah.
And he's not wearing his singlet top. He's wearing no shirt. It's bald Braun Strowman. We saw his bald head a couple weeks ago
Strowman
on
Express.
SmackDown. It's the Strowman Express. It's The Fiend. They're in the ring. This match is finally motherfucking happening. I feel like the Drew-Randy match ended like 20 minutes ago. What have we been doing here? Long video package or what?
Yeah, it was.
A very, very long video package.
This is the first pay-per-view since Elimination Chamber that we haven't had a cinematic wrestling experience.
Hey, all right.
This is real wrestling. These are actual matches we're having. Like,
Well, we're not done here yet.
well, no, but we've sat through this whole pay-per-view, and this match has started in the ring. They're in the ring. They're wrestling. The Fiend just hit a Uranagi
Did he
on
just
Bray
snap his
Wyatt.
neck?
I mean, he did like a neck snappy thing. Like he's pretending to snap
give
his
me
neck.
a break.
I mean, yeah, it's not a great wrestling maneuver, but he's the Fiend. It's part of his character. I'll give
Might as
it
well
a
take a
pass.
knife to his throat.
Wow, that's
No, but just it's
Highly
like the
illegal.
same kind of thing, you know? Snapping the neck.
Did Bray gain weight? Like, he looks a little chubbier than he has. He lost weight, you know? Like, he came in looking kind of built when he came back as the Fiend, but I don't know. He looks a little rounder tonight.
I don't know. He looks about the same. In fact, I thought he looked fatter against Goldberg.
Yeah. He's a husky man.
Husky Harris.
Husky Harris, baby.
He and JoJo get married?
Yeah, I think so.
They did.
Yeah.
Didn't they have like 2 kids now? Like,
For real?
Yeah, I think you might be right. I think they have a couple kids. How many kids does
So
Bray
he's got-
Wyatt have?
Kids from different marriages now.
Yeah, he's got,
he's got 2 kids from other marriage. Yeah.
yeah, so he's got 4 kids now.
It's a lot of child support.
He talked about that love. It costs you.
That's right. He did talk about that on the Firefly Funhouse.
He said that?
Yeah. I think he talked about his divorce. Suddenly.
Yeah, like...
He's like, love can be bad. It can hurt you emotionally, physically, and financially.
Oh, Jesus.
He said that on Firefly Funhouse on
Oh,
SmackDown
God.
this week.
Love's a trick, he said.
Yeah. JoJo's tricking me.
So he's unhappy with
I
JoJo?
bought her a pony. Choke slam. Oh, didn't get through the table. I think it was supposed to go through the table.
the table!
The top of the table kind of fell in on itself, but Braun didn't choke slam Bray far enough deep into the table. He kind of choke slammed him half on the table, but half like on the edge of the table. That looked kind of like a rough bump from Bray, and he didn't go through the table. I think he was supposed to, but I am the table, you know? Now Braun with the
I'm
stairs.
not really. They really reinforced these tables, I guess. They're just not breaking tonight.
Well, the top of the table kind of fell into itself. Like, it didn't quite break. It just kind
frame.
of buckled a bit.
It's like, remember Shawn Michaels when he did that moonsault to Ric Flair
Ooh.
at WrestleMania and just landed on his ribs?
Yeah, on the edge of the table.
Looks like he broke them all.
It was vicious.
I think he did break some ribs there.
Nice suit, Corey Graves.
Oh, seriously, what are you, the Joker?
What are you, the Sky? With that baby blue suit?
Are you gonna fight Dick Tracy?
I mean, Corey Graves in general has a pretty funny look. Oh, Braun hit the power slam. Only a 2 count.
Is he still with the
Yeah, this
Carmella?
might be Finisher City.
Yeah, just finisher
Where's
after finisher
Carmella?
until somebody gives up.
She hasn't been on TV.
I don't know where Carmella is. John, where's Carmella? Injured? Coronavirus? Where's she at?
Yeah, I don't know if she tested positive or not, but they're just not using her right now.
They're not really using anybody. They were using
Well, we
Sonya
got-
Deville, but they just disappeared her. Like, she was one of the few women outside of Bayley and Sasha and Asuka that had a storyline going, and now she's gone forever.
Well,
And Mandy is
gone
just
forever.
Otis's
Shave
buddy
man's
now.
back.
Yeah.
Like, Mandy had an actual story, and now she's just the assistant to a man. It's not empowerment, brother. It's not what I like to
Sonya
see.
will be back.
Sonya will be back.
Yeah, Mandy's just like Lana now or something.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean, Lana's part of a tag team.
is that like Rusev saying like Vince never believed like Lana would be someone with someone like Rusev or something?
Oh, really?
And like he just never like he was look at them like I don't get it like and like apparently that's why he always had the storylines where like Lana's with other men and stuff
Because Vince didn't believe
Wow.
in
Yeah.
Lana with
in like their
Rusev.
real life thing.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of makes sense now why she was like always with Ziggler and everybody. You know?
Yeah. Like, for Vince, it didn't make sense. Like, visually, he didn't like it. Okay, so they're backstage. They went into Gorilla.
Oh.
And for some reason, no one's in the Gorilla position. Like, that's where everybody would be normally. Vince should be there.
Well, he's probably there.
Well, he's not there. He,
Well, he's
he
like-
would be in that chair
that's
right
not-
there. I don't think he's in the room.
He's in the corner. Isn't
No,
he?
he left the room.
Yeah.
They're in the Gorilla position. And this is supposed to make you feel like, ooh, this is crazy. They're in Gorilla. But, like, we've seen this position so many times. Do they have the red lights going in Gorilla position to make it seem fiendy or what? The Fiend just hit Sister Abigail in Gorilla for a 2 count on Braun Strowman.
I never noticed that trash can with the bag. Is that for like people puking or something?
That might be drinks.
Oh.
You know?
Oh yeah, maybe like a nice.
Yeah, it's like a trash can with a big plastic bag around it. That could be for ice. That could be a drink container, a little cooler for a Gorilla position. I mean, I don't know.
I feel the lights. It's not intentional that it's red. It just
Right.
happens to be that way. I think.
It's just because a lot of the set is red, like the curtains and the floor are red, so the light is kind of reflecting off that. I think you're right.
Yeah.
It's not like Fiend lighting, just for the Gorilla position. But like, wouldn't put it past the WWE to do that, right? Like they do weird shit like that all the time.
Oh.
I like when Braun Strowman got whipped against the video screen just there. The video screen like went black for a second and then like turned back on immediately. Hey, is Braun's head
That was a
bleeding?
nice effect.
Mm-hmm.
Is that real? Is that real? Did he really get cut on the screen there?
Probably. It's a weird angle.
It's a weird little cut though. It
And
doesn't
he kind of
look,
went like backwards into it.
doesn't look like a real cut though on his head. It just like is a little red blotch. Like it. It's just like a red circle. It doesn't really look like a cut. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Usually, if blood doesn't last long, then it's probably not real. So you have to wait and see how long it lasts for.
Or you know, it's a small cut and it stops bleeding. I mean.
Maybe the
you've been-
Drew McIntyre thing was kind of small.
I mean, John, you've been cut before, right? And you didn't bleed forever.
Looks like a
you
bit
know?
of like
you didn't
a-
need stitches. Like not every cut needs stitches. Like, sometimes you get cut and you bleed a bit and then it congeals or what does it do? Congeal? No,
Coagulates.
coagulates. Thank you. And then you're fine. So
Congeal would be freeze, wouldn't it?
thank you. I don't know. I'm not good.
But it's
with words.
definitely not a deep
I'm a
cut.
podcaster.
You can
I'm
tell
terrible
there's not
with
a lot of
words.
blood.
Huh?
It's not a deep cut, but
No.
if it's real, it should just stay red the whole time at least.
It looks like it's trickling, though. It looks like it is a cut. Because it seems like it's kind of moving around his head. It's not a bad cut. It's like a little scratch.
Right.
Minor flesh wound.
The Fiend put him in the mandible claw. Braun goozled the Fiend and pushed him into the ring apron. And now the Fiend is recovering and Braun is recovering. And the referee's just kind of looking at them. Main events have been kind of slow, eh? Like, last match was kind of slow. This match is kind of slow. Not a great pace to these two final matches on the pay-per-view. Hasn't been a terrible pay-per-view, but it hasn't been that good. And you kind of need these main events to be special or, they need to try, at least.
It's Bray,
Well, it's SummerSlam. So it's like, you feel like it's going to be one of the best pay-per-views. This just feels like an okay pay-per-view at best, so it's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
And you guys know how I feel about Bray Wyatt.
You don't like him.
He's everything that's wrong with America.
Renuncia Piñera.
Renuncia Rotundo.
Renuncia Bray Wyatt.
I renounce him.
But I definitely think this has been better than the last couple of pay-per-views we've seen from WWE, which have been pretty bad. So this is definitely an improvement.
Yeah. But that is not saying very much. Right?
Well, I feel like the last couple pay-per-views you've been ranking them like 3, 4s. Like this is at least still above a 6.
Yeah, Extreme Rules was very bad.
Yeah,
The
that was
horror
awful.
show, remember that? The Bray Wyatt swamp fight.
Yeah.
That was quite
Backlash.
bad. Backlash was very bad, apart from Edge and Randy, which was pretty good, but everything else was quite bad. What was before that? Money in the Bank, also bad. Before that was WrestleMania. This is probably the best pay-per-view since WrestleMania. But it's supposed to be. It's SummerSlam. Like, it's the second biggest show of the year, right? So, if you compare it with the history of SummerSlam, like, it won't rank in the top 10 SummerSlams of all time.
Exacto Life.
Yeah, cool.
Easy.
So, Braun Strowman went into a toolbox, and he took out an X-Acto knife. Oh, they're calling it a box cutter.
Still not a... I guess Exacto Knife's the brand name.
Are we allowed to use box cutters? I guess like 9/11 was a long time ago. People forgot that was the weapon that the supposed terrorists supposedly used in the hijacking. Whether you believe the official story or not. I know Bray Wyatt doesn't believe any official story.
That's true.
Because he believes in lizard people and all sorts of shit. And he believes that,
Everything that's wrong with America.
Tower 7 didn't fall down or it was a fake
Bray
building
Wyatt,
or
he's
whatever.
just somebody's kid. He's given every opportunity in the world,
Yeah.
make a great living, even though he didn't earn any piece of it.
Yeah.
And he believes in facile conspiracy theories that simplify his worldview, and he doesn't really try anything. He doesn't
Facile.
try at work. He doesn't try at life.
Facile.
Yeah. I hate this guy.
So he's cut up the ring?
Yeah, so Braun Strowman, instead of stabbing Bray Wyatt with the knife,
seriously.
which would have made sense.
He should have.
Yeah, he just cut up the ring, cut off the foam, and the apron so that it was just the exposed wood underneath.
And now he's taking bumps on it.
And now Bray Wyatt is like attacking Braun Strowman on it. So Braun exposed the wood, and now Bray is beating him up on it. He just hit Sister Abigail. Kind of on the exposed wood, but also just on the padding, because Braun didn't do a great job of cutting everything off.
He did a terrible job.
1, 2, 3, and it's over. That was the finish. The Fiend is the new Universal Champion. Yeah, let's pretend we're on Thunderdome. Well, some people are clapping, though. Some people are like doing this. Some people are like this.
They're losers.
And some people are like this. So the Fiend, that was not a great finish. That was not a great match.
And now he wins.
The Fiend hit Sister Abigail kind of on the wood, but mostly on the padding. That's under the ring. It's on the ring. That is the ring. And now the Fiend is the new Universal Champion.
Fuck this guy.
You're so mad.
Yeah, I'm
That
pretty
was
pissed
a
off
very
now.
sloppy Sister Abigail, too. Like, Braun fell.
Yeah. It's not good.
Oh!
Roman! That's what I said! Didn't I say Roman would attack? Didn't I predict Roman Reigns? The big dog!
I'm very excited now. Roman, get him, Roman!
Roman Reigns attacks the Fiend.
Yes!
See, John, wasn't I just saying this on Wrestling Uncensored that Roman Reigns probably going to come back, attack the Fiend? That would make sense. It's Roman Reigns' time. He's been gone since before WrestleMania. At some point, he's going to come back. It's been 6 months. Roman spears Braun Strowman, too. Roman beat
I've never been this
up.
happy to see Roman Reigns.
Roman's got a new shirt. It says "Wreck everyone," something. Wreck
leave.
everyone and leave.
That's a
Wow.
Stone Cold shirt.
Arrive, raise hell, leave anyone? I mean, basically a ripoff, but Roman Reigns talking mad shit, attacking the Fiend, taking him down, spearing Braun Strowman, wearing a t-shirt, looking like the big dog. Hoo-ah! Oh, now he's got a chair. Oh, he's smashing Braun Strowman with the chair. Roman Reigns! Roman Reigns is here. He's in the Thunderdome. The big dog, it's his motherfucking yard.
Big dog.
Hoo-ah! Hey, did he Superman punch anybody yet?
Not
What's
yet.
up? Superman punch. Come on. Yeah. Roman fucks up Braun
Where's
Strowman.
Otis? Where's Otis?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Otis, right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't Otis cash in? Like, Roman Reigns just fucked up Braun Strowman, and now the Fiend is, like, getting fucked up. The Fiend got beat up, and now Roman's in the corner. Does Roman look gassed? Like, Roman looks a little tired at this
He
point.
looks pretty big.
He looks huge, but he does look a little tired. Like, he's breathing pretty heavy right now. You know, it's a lot. He hasn't done this in a while.
Probably a lot of adrenaline.
He's also full of a lot more water, I imagine, too, so he probably gets gassed out a lot quicker.
Yeah, he looks great, though. He looks in top shape, man. That chest looks big. Here comes the spear on the Fiend. Plants him with a spear. I mean, look at those arms, brother. That's vascular, okay? Hey, Dominic, Mysterio, take notes. That's what you're supposed to look like. Fucking Roman Reigns.
Jesus. He looks like $1 million.
He looks great. He looks great. That's a fucking star right there.
He should have dropped this. You know what? He should never have had that body armor, you know, with his solo career.
No.
That really set him back, keeping that, like, shield body armor thing. Made him
Yeah,
look...
he's jacked.
Yeah.
Makes him look like he's scared of his physique.
Yeah.
Scared to show off his physique. There's no reason to be scared. He looks great. Oh, now he's holding the Universal title as SummerSlam goes off the air.
Yeah, Roman.
I guess you could explain Otis not cashing in by, like, well, if Otis showed up, he'd probably also eat a spear from Roman Reigns, so he figured, oh, maybe not.
Yeah. And don't want to steal Roman's thunder.
Wow.
Oh,
Otis doesn't cash in. That's SummerSlam. Well, that's how you end SummerSlam, brother, with Roman Reigns on top. That's how you do it. That's how you fucking do it. Big dog. His yard.
All right.
John, did I not predict this to happen on Wrestling Uncensored? Like, didn't I say Roman would come back at SummerSlam? Like, that would be pretty good?
Well, you said they needed a big surprise kind of thing. Roman would be that kind of thing, right? So that's what they did, thankfully. They listened and they actually delivered, which is fantastic. It's just, I wish the match was a bit better, though. The match really felt like nothing, to be honest. I thought the Randy match, Randy and McIntyre, was better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely better.
But I thought that Asuka beating Sasha Banks to become the new Raw Women's Champion was match of the night tonight.
I thought that was good. I really thought Dominic and Seth was pretty good, too,
Come
though.
on.
Super chat. Super chat. I don't know about that. Thank you, Antoinette, for the super chat. She says, oh, my God, yelled my head off. The best night, Roman.
That's right.
Woo, Roman.
This is a dream come
Antoinette
true.
loves Roman Reigns, and seeing Roman Reigns show up at a SummerSlam at the end, stealing the show, it's got to be great for Antoinette.
Cheers to you.
I'm happy for you, Antoinette. I'm happy that Roman Reigns came back. Your guy came back, and I'm happy to see him. Quite frankly, I'm happy to see him. We need more stars in the WWE. I said it, you know, a couple weeks ago. I was like, look, WWE sucks, okay? It's not been looking good, but you got to give them credit where it's due. They've been going since WrestleMania without their top stars. Roman Reigns hasn't been around. Brock Lesnar's not been around. Like, those are the two top guys that carried the WWE for the past year, and since WrestleMania, they have been gone. So those are big stars that they didn't have. You know, they were also counting on Edge to be around. Edge got hurt, unfortunately, you know, after his match at Backlash, so we haven't seen Edge. But getting Roman back is big for the WWE because he's a real star. He's a legitimate top guy in the company. He's been built to this level. And having him back now kind of rights the ship. It puts things in order. It's like, oh yeah, Roman Reigns, he's the top of the SmackDown pecking order, and that's where he should be. Like the Braun Strowman era of championship on SmackDown, the Universal Champion, just felt like he was holding the place until Roman Reigns came back. Everything felt like we're just kind of waiting for Roman to come back for things to actually mean something. And now that Roman's back, things will actually pick up on SmackDown. He was the real champion while, you know, there were other champions there, but Roman at home, he's really the top guy. You can have all the top guys you want, but as long as Roman Reigns isn't around and Roman Reigns doesn't pass the torch, he's still the top guy. And that's why it's good that the WWE has him. They need that top guy. They've built him up so high that it's hard to progress storyline-wise, even if you want to anoint a new guy, without having him go through Roman. So you need Roman. Because you've built him, you need him to continue being your top guy or put the next top guy over, which I don't think is going to happen. I think Roman's still going to be the top guy for another 5 years at least. Glad to see Roman win. The Fiend now the champion, setting up the Fiend versus Roman. Payback? Can we just do this? Can we just get this done next week?
Put the strap on him.
Put the strap on him, man. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Put the title back on Roman Reigns next week at Payback. Let's go.
Well, you talk about righting the ship. You right the ship. Well, you gave the title back to the Fiend, and now you let him actually have a title reign. Before he didn't really have a title reign, he lost to Goldberg way too quick. So now I think you kind of wait for that Roman thing. You build up Roman and the Fiend.
Survivor Series? November? How long do we wait?
Something
Hell in
like
a
that.
Cell,
Something
October?
like that.
Hell in a Cell in October?
That seems maybe a bit too early, but I think you can easily do a Braun Roman match before you do Fiend and Roman.
Number one contender type thing. Maybe you do that at Payback. Why wait? That's what I'm saying. With Roman, like, you know he's in the title picture. What are we waiting for? He held up the title at the end of the show. I don't want to wait till November to see Roman Reigns in a title match now.
Or
Like,
WrestleMania.
I don't understand why we have to wait. You know, Roman made his intentions clear. Let's not wait another 6 months before he gets a title match and he gets on top of the throne. Let's put him on top of the throne right now. It's his yard. It's his show. Everybody knows it. Just fucking give it to him. What are we waiting for? I'm seeing people already giving their scores out of 10 for this pay-per-view, which I'm loving. I love that you guys, you know, you're watching the pay-per-views, you're watching the watch-alongs, and you know the drill. When this thing's over, you give your score out of 10. We ask for it, and you're already dropping it. Brian Firth gives it a 7 out of 10. TK giving it an 8 out of 10. Bob Burgers giving it an 8 out of 10. Antoinette giving it a 9 because Roman Reigns showed up. I mean, she loved seeing Roman Reigns, so she's happy, right? I'm all right. I'm all right with that. Give it a 9. Who cares?
I'm not giving it a 9.
What are you giving it on a 10? I'd give it a solid 7. I'd give it a solid 7. It was okay.
Wow.
It wasn't the worst pay-per-view I've ever seen.
I'd give it a 6. Like, it was okay, but those main events were very disappointing. And that really helps the pay-per-view, if it's good or not. And if those main events don't deliver, I just feel it's average at best.
6 on 10. That's a solid, yeah, I'd say 6.5, 7. I'm giving it a 7 because I like the finish. I like a nice surprise finish. But I agree with you. I thought the Randy match was not really good. I thought the Fiend Braun Strowman match was not really good. You know, the two main events, the last hour of this pay-per-view was kind of weak. I liked Asuka and Sasha. Seth and Dominic was okay for what it was. It was a little weird, but, you know, whatever. Mandy and Sonya was actually pretty good. Street Profits retaining the tag team titles against Andrade and Angel Garza was kind of nothing. Bayley beating Asuka was okay. Apollo beating MVP was nothing special. You know, top to bottom, you look at this card. If I had to rank the matches from 1 to 8, I'd say Asuka Sasha was my favorite. Then I'd go with Seth and Dominic. Mandy and Sonya. And it's fucking steep drop off.
Like
those
Mandy
are
and Sonya number 3. That wasn't a very good match at all.
no, but I don't know. It kept my attention. There was something on the line. Those were my top 3. Everything else, I don't want to bury people here, but let's just say that I thought Asuka Sasha was the best match. I thought Seth and Dominic was all right. Dominic showed some promise. He needs to put on some size and he needs to drop that hooded costume he's wearing. But other than that, he has some promise. Mandy and Sonya, it's something I was looking forward to. I like the stipulation, but other than that, I like Mandy's wedgies too. But sorry. But, those would be my top 3 matches of the night. I think Asuka Sasha was the best. I'm giving SummerSlam a 7 out of 10. Not the best, not the worst. It was passable. 6.5. 6.5 to a 7, in that range.
Yeah, I'm solid 5, low 6 kind of thing. High 5, low 6 kind of. Like going through the list,
Give it a 5.5.
a lot of 5.5. A lot of matches just kind of passable, or I wasn't that impressed with Dominic and Seth. I was actually finding myself falling asleep a bit during it. I was having some trouble there towards it. It really dragged. Once the mother came out, I was like, okay, I'm kind of done with this.
Yeah, and why didn't the mother tell Ray to go help their son that was getting double teamed? It was weird. It was weird.
I wasn't a huge fan of that.
No, it wasn't great.
So, Asuka and Sasha was definitely the best match.
Right.
The Bayley match was fine, but it was more of a TV match.
Yeah.
The main events weren't great, except Roman kind of picked it up a bit, but that was just at the end. So
yeah, that was cool, man.
Yeah, I guess 5.5. I was not too, it was solid but forgettable.
I would give the whole pay-per-view a 6, but because Roman showed up at the end and it was so cool, it gets an extra point for a 7. A cool finish, a cool surprise, you get an extra point.
It's
you
a category of its own.
It doesn't happen very often in WWE pay-per-views either.
It used to everyone.
Where something that you weren't fully expecting happens, and it's somebody just showed up and beat up a guy. That was cool. It doesn't happen all the time for WWE. And Roman Reigns, he's a big star, and he's been gone for a while. So the fact that he's back, that's pretty big. It means a lot for the grand scheme of the WWE. So I'm just kind of oh shit, Roman's back. So yeah, extra point, 7 on 10. JB giving it a 6 on 10. Big Goose Boy giving it an 8 on 10. I like that name, Big Goose Boy. Lauren Cronish giving it a 7. Bob Cote, 7.5. JJ Mondesi, a 6 on 10. JJ Mondesi, our Spanish correspondent, thank you for the Espanol lessons tonight. Bob Burgers, thanking us for the great night, thanking us for the watch-along. Thank you to everybody. Johnny North, the Dominic Seth wasn't really your match of the night, was it? Come on,
no,
man.
but I think it deserved honorable mention for what it was, though. It wasn't my favorite match, but I was definitely interested from bell to bell.
It was my second favorite match of the night. I think my favorite was Asuka and Sasha, though. Right? Match of the night? Very good.
Yeah, I think it was. I didn't really mind the Bayley match, though. I thought it was fine. It's an opening match. I mean, it doesn't need to be the greatest match. I thought it was solid.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible, but I thought Asuka and Sasha had a better one.
Overshadowed it.
Funny enough, with the time, Bayley and Asuka went 11 minutes, 35 seconds. Sasha and Asuka went 11 minutes, 25 seconds. So, roughly the same amount of time in both matches. I was just more impressed with the Sasha Banks match. I like the chain wrestling in that one, a little bit more chain wrestling, which I appreciate. I like the ground-based technical wrestling side of pro wrestling. That's what I like.
Well, I felt the Bayley match was timed just right. I thought the Sasha match was too short. So
what do you call it?
They're both at the same time.
Yeah, just right. Johnny North, I'm gonna make you some porridge, okay? But don't come.
Make sure it's just right, because nothing was just right tonight.
Yeah, it'll be just right. Don't worry about it. Just right. Okay, we will be back next week for Payback. Payback's a bitch, baby. We'll be back for Payback.
So are we.
Yeah, so are we. Hey, how dare you?
Sorry.
Speak for yourself, sucker. We will be back Next week, for Payback, a live watch-along, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right when Payback starts, our watch-along will start. I'll be back here with the boys, AJ and Freddie, for Ringside Report MMA. This coming Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're live every Thursday at 8 for the Ringside Report Weekly MMA show. This week we'll be talking about Smith versus Rakic, UFC Vegas. And UFC has a pretty big schedule that they just announced for September, so a lot of MMA news coming up Thursday night, 8 p.m. for Ringside Report MMA. Wrestling Uncensored next week as well, next Saturday, every Saturday at 11 a.m. RingsideReport.net is the website. It's the online home for everything that we do. RingsideReport.net. Go there, check out all of our past shows, and don't forget to like this video right here and subscribe. And when you subscribe, what do? You click the bell. That bell right there. So you get notifications every time that we are on. Thank you to everybody watching. We appreciate you. Thank you to Antoinette for supporting us on the Super Chat. Thank you to Patrick C. Hamilton for supporting the Ringside Report Network. We appreciate you, Patrick and Antoinette, very much for supporting the channel and for helping us out, and for everybody else watching, everybody else on the chat. Thank you. Johnny North, you want to say bye? What do you got?
I'll see you all next week and the week after that. This is the never-ending watch-along weekends.
That's right. It won't end because we'll be back next Sunday for Payback, and then we'll be back the following Saturday for AEW All Out. We are here for you, for everything pro wrestling. It's the Ringside Report Network. It's the Wrestling Uncensored team. I'm Dave Simon. He's my brother, Ben Simon. We are the Simon Brothers. That's Johnny North. He is the North brother. Brother. John, say brother.
Good night.
Say brother. We all said brother. You gotta say.
Well, good night, brother.
Brother.